Rob, was it the right call to go ahead and punt on Sam Darnold at this point in his career?
Well, you know what, Patrick? At first, I didn't think it was a great idea, but just as you look more at this move, I think it was the perfect move to make, right? Because you look at the National Football League and the way to build your rosters to have a quarterback on a rookie deal. That way you can pay all the weapons and put a team around him and lay a foundation. You look at the last 8 or 9 years. With the exception of Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, that's how the Super Bowl winner has came to fruition, right? Young quarterback, you build the team around him. And you look at Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas said it all out there today. He said, something along the lines of, if we weren't picking number 2, maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation. And I think if they weren't picking number 2, Sam Darnold will still be a New York Jet, and they'd have to do what they have to do to build around him. But having the number 2 pick in this draft was something that they've cherished. They like the quarterbacks in this draft. So, yeah, it was the perfect thing to do right now for this moment for this team.
I completely agree, Rob. I mean, look, you got a new head coach, you got a new regime. He is going to want to build with his guy. He's been a part of this offense, talking about Robert Saleh, for a very long time. They bring in offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur. They know the kind of quarterback they want for this system. And you can't fit a Sam Pegg into a Zach Hole, all right? Listen, the other part of this is that for Sam Darnold, it's actually the best for him, too, because he needs a reset. He spent time in this offense in New York under Adam Gase. I liken it to the Tannehill situation. Tannehill gets a change of scenery, new team. He doesn't even look like the same player. I expect that same thing to happen for Sam Darnold because he has shown promise at times, and a change of scenery is great for the Jets and it's great for Darnold.
I'm actually going to echo what both of you said, but add some numbers to it because it's all about opportunity cost. So the opportunity for Sam Darnold this season, sure, $750K. But you had to decide today, right now, the Carolina Panthers did, whether or not to exercise that option, which was for $20 million in the 2022 season. So what you're really seeing here is the opportunity for $20 million for Carolina feels a lot better than for the Jets. The opportunity to pick number 2 this season and get a quarterback for 4 or 5 more seasons on a rookie deal. That's a huge opportunity cost. Actually, a win-win for both.
Yeah, opportunity cost, real thing. Sunk cost is a fallacy. So the Jets maybe have a chance to see that and evaluate that rationally. Thank you, guys, as we look ahead to the Sam Pegg in Carolina. Thanks for that, Hawk. Coming up, we got a segment for you to participate in next. Hold your phone and scan this QR code. You're going to be able to play right along with us. We need to hear from you. So scan, answer the questions, and then we'll see if you and our experts actually agree. The segment's called Thumbs Up or Thumbs Down. The concept is simple, but the questions are not. For example, should the Lions draft a QB at number 7, or should they get some help for the guy they already have? Play along next on NFL Total Access.
So you want to make the best burger ever? Then make it. That means cooking day and night until success. That means best burger ever.
Intuit QuickBooks helps small businesses be more successful with payments, payroll, and banking.
Resort life. Poolside yoga's about to start and I'm doing swan pose. I've learnt all about flexibility from using free hotel cancellation on Travelocity. You should see my downward daiquiri. Travelocity. Wander wisely.
Today, over 40 million people are being forced into trafficking and slavery. 1 in 4 are children. We cannot allow them to suffer in silence. We need you. We need everybody. Go to ijm.org/take action, get information, understand how you can be involved. Because of the work that you are committing to do, they will be free.
Phone it in to 1-800-FARMERS and you can get all sorts of home policy perks, like the claim-free discount. Go 3 years without a claim and get a discount.
Just by phoning it in?
Just phone it in.
Yeah, just phone it in and save money for being claim-free. Even if I switch to Farmers today?
Yep, 3 years claim-free with any home insurance.
I'm phoning it in and saving money for literally doing nothing.
Get your policy perks by calling 1-800-FARMERS. Go ahead, phone it in.
Phone it in, why don't you?
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Are your HR processes weighing down your employees?
Policy quarterly projections.
Expense report. If you're using multiple systems, re-entering data over and over, timesheet, using email and spreadsheets to manage information and approvals, then your HR systems are a drag on productive time. With Paycom, employees enter and manage their own HR data in a single, easy-to-use software. Visit paycom.com and schedule your demo today.
Do they know this door is locked?
I need to sell my house. Now, there are a lot of places that claim to know how much it's worth, but they don't really know my house or my neighborhood. And they definitely don't show me all my options. That's where HomeLight comes in. I just answer a few questions and HomeLight gives me a side-by-side comparison of my options, personalized for my needs. And they'll show me what verified buyers will pay for my house right now. It's easy, and it's free. No matter how you choose to sell your home, selling starts at HomeLight. Get started today at HomeLight.com.
Design isn't just for designers. It's for everyone. With Canva, designing anything is easy.
Canva has all my content creation needs covered. It's flexible, fun to use, and free.
There are thousands of professional templates to help get you started, so you can create, customize, and share your designs in just a few clicks.
Our whole team uses Canva to create professional marketing material. It's our secret weapon for design.
Start designing for free at canva.com.
Move the sticks. Join Daniel Jeremiah and Bucky Brooks as they give you a scout's perspective on this year's draft class.
Zips it, touchdown!
He has got a huge arm. I think he's one of those playmakers. Move the sticks. Thursday at 5 on NFL Network.
Welcome to the NFL Draft.
Trevor Lawrence, everything you look for in a franchise quarterback. The arm strength, the athleticism, phenomenal skills.
His highlight reel is incredible.
One of the greatest receivers ever to play in college.
With the first pick.
Lots of time to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
Lance off to the left side. He slips a tackle. He's into the end zone. Fields goes for the home run. Wide open. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
A spin, a dive, and a score by Zach Wilson.
Jones goes to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft 3.0 hot off the presses. These are the first 4 picks, and he's got 4 quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones at 3 overall to San Francisco, and then Trey Lance bringing up the number 4 spot. That would be a record. We've never had quarterback. And now we're going to have you guys play a game right along with us. It's thumbs up or thumbs down, and it's relating to the NFL draft. Scan the QR code. Provide your answer so that your view of the 2021 draft can be compared to that of our own scout and analyst, Daniel Jeremiah, who is here yet again to defend his particular mock draft, this one 3.0. DJ, we will start here with the Lions at 7. You've got Justin Fields going there. Explain yourself to the audience and to these two gentlemen.
Well, I think everybody's expecting the fact they've got Jared Goff. They're out of the quarterback business. And to me, you're always chasing upside at the quarterback position. You're chasing that ceiling. And Justin Fields just brings you more than you have with Jared Goff. They're not committed to Jared Goff long term. They can be patient with Justin Fields, but he gives them more upside. He's just got more to him. There's a reason why the Rams moved on from Jared Goff. And if you're the Lions, even though he just got there, if you've got a chance at Fields, you take him.
Mike Robb, thumbs up, thumbs down.
DJ, I love you, bro, but I'm gonna have to give you a thumbs down on this one.
Boy.
Sorry, my jacket a little tight. I can't get my thumb up there like I want to, but I think Justin Fields is just too good. I think he should be off the board before number 7. I don't know what your relationship is.
That wasn't the question.
Jared Goff, but it seemed like you don't like him too much.
You're cheating the whole game.
I'm just saying, it seemed like you don't like him too much. No, I'm not. Justin Fields, so I'm gonna give you a thumbs down because I think he should have went earlier. How about that?
What you got? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'm going thumbs up, and I will say it sounds like M. Rob agrees, because if he's there at number 7, of course it's the right pick.
Yeah,
this guy has the most ability.
What am I missing?
You know, exactly. Also for the Lions,
man, leave me
you know,
alone.
they're in a situation they're going to need a lot of weapons. They need their quarterback to be able to make plays a lot of different ways. Obviously, Justin Fields can do that. It's absolutely the right pick, DJ.
So let's see. The fans voting, folks watching at home, 66% say thumbs up. They're right there with you, Hawk, and you, DJ. That is the right move there at number 7. So let's go up to number 15 now. Micah Parsons, 15 to New England. Provide some context for that spot, DJ.
Well, I already know that Mike's going to give me a thumbs down because I know I'm going number 1. His Penn State guy's not going number 1 in the draft. I've got Trevor Lawrence going there. But I'll explain my case anyways. Look, the Patriots have had 3 top 15 picks under Bill Belichick. They've gone to the front 7 with all 3 of those picks. And Parsons, to me, look, I've seen what he does off the ball. I'm not so convinced he couldn't just line up as an edge rusher and get you double-digit sacks. He's that type of an athlete, that type of a football player. Versatility, athleticism, it's always going to be coveted in New England.
Mike Robb, thumbs up, thumbs down.
DJ, you know what? I know I loved you for a reason, man. That's a big old thumbs up right there, man. He's like Dante Hightower 2.0, right? Speed, athleticism. He can cover guys out of the backfield. He can be the underneath coverage for tight ends. And you're right, DJ. I really think he can get double-digit sacks, whether it's from the edge or blitzing from the middle of the defense. So, yeah, I like your pick, brother.
Hawk, is it unanimous?
I'm going 2 thumbs up here. Great pick. I mean, this guy is probably the best defensive player in the draft, and the Patriots benefit because there's so many great quarterbacks that he falls to 15. That would be a perfect case scenario for them. Their defense.
I would like to encourage the audience, if you will scan that QR code, we can actually chip in together and buy Mike a jacket that fits. So just got to hold the phone up there, scan it, and then we'll take care of it.
DJ, you crazy, bro. You crazy. I went to the gym this morning. That's why it's like that. But look, I'm going to get his thumbs all the way down, bro. All the way down. 2 thumbs all the way down. Look, man, I honestly think running backs need their own CBA. And I keep saying that. We're not going to get into that conversation because we don't have enough time to get into that conversation. But, you know, I think you're right. It's thumbs down, but I do think you're right.
It's like
hey,
right
man,
here.
don't hate the player. Hate the game, Rob. Right, I'm going thumbs up on this. You can get really good running backs late in the draft. The value, man. You got to go get you a tackle, get you some edge rushers, get you a quarterback, get you a wideout, Mike Rob. Why would you go running back in the first round when there's wideouts avaable? It doesn't make sense.
Because you run to win the championship, Hawk. Because you run to win the championship. How about that? How Tom Brady get his ring? Right. By turning around and handing it off to Super Bowl Lenny. That's how he got it. Don't get me fired up. I'm going to start sweating with my tight suit on.
Perhaps that is
by the way, they got
the image that people had when they were voting, because 71%. 71% DJ say thumbs down. They want the running backs back in the first round, so they're right there with Mike Robb. Hey, thank you guys for playing. Thumbs up, thumbs down right here with these gentlemen, all finely kempt with nice suits. On his way to becoming the Raiders' most feared edge rusher, he has sacked Cam Newton, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, and Patrick Mahomes. But the biggest tackle of Max Crosby's career is the one he made on himself. The whole story is next.
Welcome to a jam-packed NFL Now.
All off-season long, stay up to date with news from around the league.
No one does it better.
He's been such a great player for so long.
He's going to score a touchdown.
NFL Now, today at 1 on NFL Network.
Path to the draft.
He's head and shoulders above the other guys.
Our experts tell you everything you need to know leading up to the first pick.
I'm so pumped up about this draft. They're all in the top tier range.
Path to the draft, tonight at 6 on NFL Network.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
When did Bud Light Seltzer start making lemonade?
Probably when 2020 handed us all those lemons.
2020 was a lemon of a year.
January, February, into March.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Alan. Yes. David Baker from the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Oh my gosh. The class of 2021 could be the greatest ever. Go online now to get your Hall of Fame exclusive enshrinement gear. Shop exclusive class of 2021 gear at ProFootballHof.com.
Shop exclusive class 21 gear, baby.
You love your pet, but hate wearing their hair. Did you know that your clothes can actually attract pet hair? With Bounce Pet Hair and Lint Guard, your clothes can repel pet hair. One Bounce Mega Sheet has 3 times the hair-fighting ingredients of the leading dryer sheet. Simply toss into the dryer to bounce out hair and lint. Look how the shirt on the left attracts pet hair like a magnet. Pet hair is no match for Bounce. It's available in fresh scent and unscented. With Bounce, you can love your pets and lint roll less.
Since 2005, Rich Eisen has run the 40 to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Visit NFL.com/network/RunRichRun to donate. Then tune in to the 2021 NFL Draft on NFL Network to see Rich run.
Crosby coming around off his block. Brought Newton down, and that Max Crosby sacks him. Crosby all over him.
And he gets crushed by Max Crosby.
Sacked at the 20-yard line. Mad Max, the first to get there. Lock gonna go down. Sacked the Madman.
And we welcome in that man himself, Raiders defensive end Max Crosby, joining us on NFL Total Access. Max, we go back to your rookie year. You led the team in sacks with 10. Then 2020, 7 sacks, but still had 29 pressures. What changed for you between year one and year two?
Yeah, going into year one, I really didn't have many expectations. I'm a fourth-round guy from Eastern Michigan, so I knew going into my second year, I was going to get more attention after, my first year. So, it was a lot different, playing with no fans, getting, more double teams and chips and things of that nature. But, I had to play through some injuries, and I feel like I grew a lot, as a football player and a person, just persevering through a lot of, adversity. And it was a great year, a great learning year, and I'm really excited to, go into year three.
Yeah, hoping for a healthy year for you this time around, Max. We know there's a lot of young talent on that defense, but looking back at last year, when things did go wrong for you as a defense, where do you think the biggest issue was?
Yeah, for us, I think it all starts up front. I think that goes with any defense. Getting pressure consistently, is going to be an issue for any offense and any quarterback. So, for us, we didn't do that consistently enough. And, I take responsibility personally. And, this defense, we got to continue to grow. We have a lot of young guys. We have a lot of new pieces. But there's no excuse. We're going into year three, my class is, and we just got to keep growing. Everybody's got to take that next step and be at a level where we can really dominate every single week.
And as we look back on that video of you guys bothering Patrick Mahomes at a time where nobody was, that rivalry with the Chiefs, how do you feel that matchup has been, and how can it go as you guys get older and better on this young defense?
Yeah, obviously we took a big step from year one to year two. My rookie year, we got blown out, I think, both times by 20 to 30 points. So, this year I felt like we did get better in a lot of ways. The result wasn't that much different. 8-8 is unacceptable, but at the end of the day, we played the Chiefs really well. I think we should have beat them both times. The second game came down to the last second, and they got the win. But, I have confidence in my teammates. When we're at our best, I think we can beat anybody, and we've proven that. We just have to do it consistently and beat who we're supposed to be.
And Max, you revealed back in March that you were 1 year sober after you said getting, quote, lost in the sauce in your rookie year. Tell us about chronicling in that battle for yourself personally, and what advice you might have for anybody that's out there struggling right now.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it's a big step in my growth. As a young man, I'm 23 years old. I've been through a lot, and addiction is something that it's run in my family, and I know personally it's affected my life. So being able to open up about that, and being able to help at least one person out there is all that matters. Me having my platform and being able to reach out and share my story, and show that I'm a human being, not just a football player, was really special. So for me, I'm over a year sober now, and I'm doing really well, and I'm just growing, in every way I possibly can, on and off the field.
Well, Max, we appreciate you as a human and a football player. Good luck to you and the Vegas Raiders here in 2021, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all.
Superman possesses the powers of flight, superhuman strength and speed, X-ray vision, and the ability to endure physical punishment. But he is not all-powerful because Superman does not possess the power of downfield passing. We'll explain next.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like...
I'll take Barkley.
Yes, I still got it. I told her she'd pick me first.
Yep, even easier than that. Plus, with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it really even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Today, over 40 million people are being forced into trafficking and slavery. 1 in 4 are children. We cannot allow them to suffer in silence. We need you. We need everybody. Go to ijm.org/take action, get information, understand how you can be involved. Because of the work that you are committing to do, they will be free.
We're all here for football.
Welcome to the party, my friends.
Why stop now? We're talking about those epic matchups.
Unbelievable! That was out of control.
It couldn't get any better than this. And instant classics.
He caught it with 1 second left.
This is going to live forever. We're here for the Thursday night throwdowns.
Well, I like getting the ball at 17.
Sunday morning breakdowns.
He's going to add to his legacy.
And all the inside lowdown.
This is a deal unlike anything that the NFL has seen.
He might be the most complete prospect in the draft. Your team.
With the first pick.
They've drafted to be that physical team.
They added so much speed.
He is gone.
Our team.
This is such an exciting time for a fan. What we got is pretty good.
I'm loving this.
Every team.
Oh, have some of that.
If it happens in this league,
This deal is going to go through.
we're all here for
It's
it.
on.
Wow. Oh, are you kidding me? Incredible. Bucks are the Super Bowl champs.
NFL Network. We're here for football.
Oh, wait. It's going to be a good one.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this like deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
We discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Tyler. Yes. David Baker from the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Oh my gosh. The class of 2021 could be the greatest ever. Go online now to get your Hall of Fame exclusive enshrinement gear. Shop exclusive class of 2021 gear at profootballhof.com.
Shop exclusive class 21 gear, baby.
Sam Darnold bidding the AFC East farewell, but Jordan Palmer posting on Instagram that Sam's pumped for the next leg of this journey. As for us, let's say hello to the AFC East as Darnold says goodbye with Sam Monson.
There might be no bigger surprise in the NFL offseason than the New England Patriots of all teams going on a record-setting free agent spending spree. The team had money to spend, and there's no doubt that they'll be a better team because of it, but it's a pretty clear indictment of their recent drafts and in the overall state of the roster. Over and beyond the sheer volume of money spent, the Patriots also sent some very clear signals about their direction in where that money was allocated. They made both Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry the joint third highest paid tight end in the NFL in the space of 48 hours. Smith has averaged almost 7 yards after the catch in his career, breaking 17 tackles over the last 2 seasons, while Henry has generated a passer rating when targeted of over 120 for his entire career. The pairing likely represents a major shift for the Patriots back to an offense of 2 tight end sets, having run the fewest of those in the NFL in 2020. Adding receivers Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar gives them options at wide receiver that they haven't had for a couple of years now, with Aguilar trailing only Tyreek Hill in deep touchdowns, with 6 of them in 2020. The Patriots also added a lot more of traditional, low-cost depth players to their defense, which should help repair some of the damage done over the last couple of years. But their ceiling will depend on quarterback, which is still very much an open question, even with Cam Newton retained on a team-friendly deal. The New York Jets weren't quite as free spending as the Patriots, but they may have targeted their spending even better, adding Corey Davis to the wide receiver room off the back of his career year. Davis had an overall PFF grade of 85 last year, a top 10 figure among all wide receivers. They also snagged Carl Lawson, arguably the best edge rusher available on the market despite more glamorous names. Lawson had only 6 sacks in 2020, but was 4th in the league in total pressures with 64, and has been a consistently impactful pass rusher in the NFL. Both teams are likely still chasing Buffalo and Miami, but the moves made by this pair may have just made the AFC East a whole lot closer than it was before free agency began.
Time now for our Next Gen Stats powered by AWS. This is what the Next Gen Stats do. They help us determine some signals in all of the noise of the stats. So one that I really like is about Cam Newton. Cam Newton on deep passes, so 10-plus air yard attempts last season. He actually had the 5th best completion percentage, 57.5%. Now, he didn't do it very often. That's what you can see by that second number, which is the average of 7 air yards per attempt. That's 7th lowest, which means he wasn't asked to do it very often last season. The point here is that the New England Patriots gave themselves so much leverage. They didn't have to trade up to get a quarterback. They have Cam Newton under a great financial deal. This is a situation where the Patriots, yet again, are showing us how it is done. And by the way, they added all of those weapons, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cam Newton's air yards per attempt next season going up. Rob, what say you?
Yeah, you know, I don't think Cam Newton has lost anything in his deep ball or anything like that because he's the type of quarterback. He's a mover. He's a running quarterback. Again, 12 rushing touchdowns last year, led the New England Patriots in rushing touchdowns. When you have a movement quarterback like that or a running style of a quarterback like that, they're always going to be explosive in the pass game. Why? And Hawk, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When Cam Newton lifts his foot and gets the ball in the shotgun, all 11 defenders are staring at number 1 behind the center and making sure that he's not running the football. And that time where defenders sit there and pause gives your guys a chance to get downfield and be explosive in the passing game. I think the reason why the numbers were down last year is just simply because Jacoby Myers and Damiere Byrd can't be your number 1 threats on the outside. Right? They just cannot be. And Josh McDaniels, when you look at this offense, I'm not so sure that he understands how to call an offense with a movement quarterback like that. Now, year 2 should be a little bit different. Having Nelson Aguilar there in company and those tight ends should make things a little bit different. But Cam Newton hadn't lost it much on his deep ball. I think he's going to be explosive in the passing game in 2021.
Absolutely. I think you're spot on, Rob. And I mean, a quarterback is only as dangerous as the weapons he has. And this is not a knock on the Patriots' weapons, but in order to hit deep balls, you got to have somebody who can go down there and catch them at a consistent rate. Now, if Nelson Aguilar can come in there and catch the ball the way he did a year ago, you take that with the addition of Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry down the middle of the field. Now you have threats on every level of the defensive backfield, and you have to respect it all. You can spread the defense out. So now the tight window throws, the throws down the field, aren't going to be as hard for Cam Newton. So now you're going to get a really clear picture of what Cam Newton is in this offense with the weapons that the New England Patriots added in free agency.
No clearer picture than Andrew Hawkins with that AK camera. Also wants to be catching balls, deep balls from Cam Newton. Patrick?
Guys, thank you, Cynthia. He waited on draft day. He waited on the sidelines. He watched his team select a quarterback. And every step of the way, we were left wondering about his future. Well, here we go again. Up next, was Aaron Rodgers just having fun on Jeopardy, or was he sending us a message?
Who is USAA made for? It's made for him, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. Become a member. Get an insurance quote today.
was training for the Olympics, and unfortunately I got injured and didn't make the team. I ate and drank everything in sight.
I did anything and everything that I thought would get me like that skinny, and it never worked.
And then I tried Noom.
And then I tried Noom.
Noom taught me how to change my habits little by little.
They say it's based on a cognitive behavioral approach. I just say it works.
Visit Noom.com and lose the weight for good.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Showing appreciation with a perfect promotional item is a meaningful gesture that can be touched, held, and enjoyed. 4imprint can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com. 4imprint, for certain.
Today, over 40 million people are being forced into trafficking and slavery. 1 in 4 are children. We cannot allow them to suffer in silence. We need you. We need everybody. Go to ijm.org/take action, get information, understand how you can be involved. Because of the work that you are committing to do, they will be free.
Have no fear. Good Morning Football has you covered.
I got a good feeling.
Storylines, headlines, free agency.
Let's get this started.
Make every morning a good morning.
Ah, boom.
That's the NFL. It just keeps on coming. Good Morning Football, only on NFL Network.
The commissioner's coming up with the pick right here.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray.
Trevor Lawrence, everything looked for in a franchise quarterback.
Justin Fields has phenomenal skill, the arm strength, the athleticism.
This kid, Zach Wilson, the buzz is out of control. His highlight reel is incredible.
There he is, the Heisman Trophy winner. One of the greatest receivers ever to play in college.
You guys ready to get started? With the first pick.
The Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl. And you can get your hands on the official trophy collection, including the Super Bowl t-shirt and hat, along with podium jacket and more. Shop now and get free shipping at NFLshop.com.
Over to our two-day champion on the end. Scott, did you come up with the correct response? Who wanted to kick that field goal? That is a great question. Should be correct, but unfortunately for this game today, that's incorrect, and you're going to lose 0. Thank you for that.
Aaron Rodgers reacting to Scott. Everybody saw the video, and Aaron just tweeted, "Well played, Scott," because sometimes you're hosting a show and people say things you aren't prepared for, and you have to react, and everybody's gauging on your reaction. Anyway, it can be tough for A-Rod, so he played along there. So let's leave the realm of Jeopardy and get to our own game, a version of what's more likely. Cynthia, I'll start with you. What's more likely, Aaron Rodgers playing for the Packers in 2022 or playing the role of the host of Jeopardy?
Well, you said Packers, so you can be the host of Jeopardy because they tape those all at one time in the offseason, and then you can go play, but maybe not as a Packer. I'm not seeing him redo his deal and make some room. I'm not seeing him give those brass over there at the Green Bay Packers some help to, make that roster a lot better. So I think he's still playing, but is he a Packer? But he could be a host too. Both.
Hawk, your thoughts?
Yeah. I don't think that's how the game works, Cynthia. I'm going to go with he'll be the host of Jeopardy in 2022. That is my answer. I don't think there's any way he plays for the Packers, to be honest. They drafted a first-round quarterback a year ago. He did not like that, and rightfully so. He responded with an MVP season to show he still has a lot left in the tank. I think he's going to take his services elsewhere, and I think the Packers will likely move on to Jordan Love at some point.
Mike Robb?
Oh, man. Don't get me wrong. I did criticize Aaron Rodgers a little earlier in the show. I said he needed to play better in the big moments. I'm talking about that third down play in the NFC Championship game. He could have literally walked into the end zone. So I'm talking about those plays. But, guys, come on, man. The Green Bay Packers aren't stupid. All right, the guy completed over 70% of his passes and had his third MVP last year. I'm not so sure that he'll be playing for another team in 2022. Maybe Jordan Love is playing for another team because Aaron Rodgers may be motivated to continue to ascend and continue to put his player at the top of the league. But I definitely think he needs a Super Bowl to do that. We'll see if he gets it in 2021, guys.
So if both sides motivated, right, Cynthia, does it take two to restructure, right? Couldn't the Packers say, hey, we'll give you some idea about your long-term hopes here and maybe some money? Doesn't it take both of them?
It definitely does take both, but I think when you're an MVP quality and caliber and you've done it multiple times, that I think you kind of get to lead that dance.
Lead the dance? How? How do you start the conversation? Just pay me now, we'll figure it out later?
That's a good question. I have no idea. I think that it won't matter. This is a guy, I mean, we know what the best quarterbacks in the league make. He's not looking for more money. He's been paid. He wants a good situation. He wants to win Super Bowls. If they can't give him that, I don't care what M-Rob says. I think he plays great.
Our situation is we're out of time. Thanks for watching NFL Total Access. See you at 7 tomorrow.
Everybody, welcome to Good Morning Football live in New York City. Happy Wednesday, April 7th. My name is Kay Adams, Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt, D'Angelo Hall with us.
What's going on?
I had so much fun listening to you on the show yesterday. Just telling stories. Can we get more of that today?
Yeah,
please?
Story time. Absolutely.
Yeah, we got guests on the show. Yeah. Victor Cruz, friend of the show, joining the program. We've got roster reset week, which we're excited about, division by division. Schrags, we're going AFC West. That one should be easy, right? It's the Chiefs and everybody else?
That's what it feels like, right? Yeah. Or is it? Or are the Chargers and the Raiders and the Broncos going to be players this year? It's we're going to talk about the whole division. We're going to give them their own segment, and then we're going to fast forward to the season and see if they can actually back any of it up.
Schrags, it's Wednesday. Time's a-ticking. Countdown to mock draft. What's going on?
Got my mock draft working. I was working the phone. It's going to be coming out tomorrow on this show.
How many rounds?
Just one round to start.
I love that.
Our toe in the water, clean. Yeah. But there are some surprises at the top.
Okay.
I'm excited. Are you doing? Is there a trade that goes on?
There are trades.
Woo!
There's trades every year in the draft. We don't do this just no. There are trades.
Here for all of it. Let's get to it right now. We've got new arrivals to the AFC West. We're going to talk about the draft, who needs to go where, what challenges there are to those Chiefs. It's all over at NFL.com/roster reset. It's not just Good Morning Football doing that. It is the entire network, all the analysts, hosts, and the best experts and former players in the game. It's time for Lee Block.
Lee Block.
Let's do it. After the Jets moved Sam Darnold to the Panthers, general manager Joe Douglas spoke to the media guys just yesterday. And with the focus now on the draft, which is coming up less than 3 weeks, or no, just about 3 wees away in Cleveland at the end of this month, he was asked what the plan is at number 2.
Based on the decision we made yesterday, you can kind of see the direction we're heading. When it comes to pick 2, obviously never say never. Like I've said to you guys in the past, I'll always answer the phone if it's ringing.
I love when GMs say that. It's that time of the year. Now, the Jets obviously undergoing a bit of a transition, a facelift, if you will, this offseason after 2 wins, just 2 wins in 2020. They're picking there at number 2 overall. Are the new-look Jets a quarterback away from being competitive in 2021? I did a draft event for the Patriots. We did a size-up of the AFC East. No respect for the Jets.
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't think they're a quarterback away, right? I think the Jets are a little bit of a culture fit away, right? And I think Rob Saleh is the guy. I think he's the guy to change that culture. But it takes time, right? It takes time for young guys to really understand what it takes to be a pro. When you've been around a bad team and on a bad team for so long, it kind of rubs off on you, right? Even think about Atlanta. Arthur Smith saying, we got to teach them how to win. You don't really have to teach them how to finish games, right? It's just, is it the play calling? Is it the players? And so for me, the Jets, is a whole lot of things that encompass why they're a bad football team. Yes, it's some players. Yes, it's some coaches. It's coaching. And I think they're on the right path as far as the players they're bringing in. You see a lot of the players they're bringing in. They have familiarity with this system. And so they're going to kind of be able to hit the ground running. But to say they're a quarterback away right now, and we don't even know what Zach Wilson really is yet, that's a bit of a stretch.
Kind of a stink, too, right? There's more than just their roster. There's the Jets stink that they got to get rid of. There's the whole stadium.
I think When a lot of people are like, hey, I'm going to do a fantasy draft in August, or I'm going to do my mock draft in April, it's like, here's what I would do if I was the GM. Very rarely does that make any sense, because it's like, well, you're not the GM. Joe Douglas is a complete blank slate. Like, this is what anyone could say, hey, put that hat on me, let me see how I would do, because they're giving him the keys to the castle right now. That guy right there that you said who was like, I'll answer the phone, this is years in the making, seasons, lost autumns for Jets fans where they're like, yeah, but we're going to be good eventually, and we're going to be able to be. Look at what they have in the draft capital alone. Just look at their picks over the next couple weeks that they're going to be looking at for the NFL draft. You've got their own first-round pick, which is number 2 overall. You've got the Jamal Adams pick at 23 overall. You have the 34th overall pick, which was the 3rd pick in the 2nd round, basically a first-round pick. You've got the 66th pick, you've got the 86th pick, which you got from the Adams trade as well. So if you're at home and you're like, here's what I would do, you're not that far off. Their roster is so bare that they really can pick and pluck and say, do I want Najee Harris, the running back out of Alabama with the 23rd pick? Let's add him. Do I want Etienne? Let's add him. I'm going to give you 2 names.
I like it.
Not for the 23rd, not for the 2nd pick, but for the 23rd pick I would circle right now. One of them, Rondale Moore out of Purdue. You're like, I don't know who Rondale Moore is.
I was like,
I know.
Why Rondale?
I know.
You know.
Rondale Moore, this guy right here is 5'10". He's a bit of a smaller receiver, not a number 1 receiver, you might say, in the NFL. He is what they're saying is the Deebo Samuel of this draft. Is tough.
I like it.
Take the ball, can do it out of the backfield. Had 118 catches when he was playing at Purdue a couple years ago. Breaks tackles. Was playing at Purdue. The other one is the kid Tony out of Florida. This guy, another wide receiver that can break tackles. That is tough. Tony, when you look at him, the story is, all right, well, they have Kyle Pitts. No, this guy can also run the ball, tough, after the catch. And why am I saying these names and not Devontae Smith? Maybe not some of the burners in this draft? Because that is the Robert Saleh type, and that is the Mike LaFleur type, and that is what they had in San Francisco. Tough, smart, after the catch. It's not going to be a quarterback away. That's absurd. They might even take a step back this year from Darnold to Wilson as he learns things. It is a team and a build away, and it is guys like this who might not be household names with that 23rd pick that might help put them in that conversation and be a little bit more improved. I think it's silly to think they're Zach Wilson away from being a Super Bowl contender right now, but Zach Wilson and some other smart pieces that fit the culture, which is what you said, and fit the scheme, makes a lot of sense.
I love it.
Picks are great. They're awesome. Joe Douglas is not Gil Brandt at this point. He is not Ron Wolf. Like, poof. You got to hit those picks. I love seeing the picks. How many of those picks are going to be Jets in 3 or 4 years? That's up to him. And I would just say, Chaos, are they going to be competitive? This is professional football. Competitive to me is you're making the playoffs. Like, I don't care about 6-11 or whatever the hell it is. Can they make the playoffs this year? Probably not, but it's possible. You know how many top 5 quarterback picks have made the playoffs as a starter their rookie year? Let's look over the last 30 years. This is the list. Top 5 picks to the playoffs as starters as a rookie. Luck, phenomenal. Robert Griffin, a sensation. Sanchez, really interesting. And Ryan, really interesting. But that is the entire list, which means that between 90 and 2008, it doesn't happen. It is very rare. So think about who's not on that list. Kyler, Baker, Carson Palmer, Eli Manning, Michael Vick. None of those guys made it to the playoffs. But I do think the Mark Sanchez thing is interesting, not only because it's the Jets. You're talking about culture, excitement, defense. Rex Ryan came in there and said, damn it, this is the Jets. We're going to kick some asses, and I'm not here to kiss Belichick's rings. Kicks and kisses and everything. So I do think there's a possible idea that Zach Wilson, sure, if he turns out to be an all-pro, of course they can. But I actually think it's more about Saleh than Wilson. Wilson will probably be really good. Herbert was really good last year. Chargers weren't sniffing the playoffs. I think it is about that guy buying in. Listen, the Gase thing is the Gase thing. Todd Bowles, we respect him. A fiery man of rhetoric, he is not. He does not need to be held back on the sideline. I do think that if the Saleh thing clicks, they play D, they believe, they're proud to be Jets, and Wilson can chuck it, it's not asinine to sit here and say, yeah, they could scratch a wild card next year. Absolutely. But I think it's more about Saleh than Wilson.
I like that you bring up next year. I think that's the fair expectation. Zach Wilson gets drafted. He shows that he's the guy. And then the expectations with that coach, with adding some pieces, and they clearly can do a turnaround fairly quickly with everything you outlined that Joe Douglas has to play with. People want to say it's the Jets. It's always the Jets. Well, tell that to the Bills and the Browns, because that's what everybody always said. It's the Bills and the Browns. And within a couple of years, Schrags, of getting their franchise quarterback, they have turned it around and they made the playoffs. And I agree that should be the expectation. I don't have that for them this year, but next year, certainly, if Zach Wilson is the dude.
And the coach, right?
Yes.
Stefanski took him to that level,
Yes.
and McDermott took him to that level. For every year, you have to change the culture. And Kyle, to your point, I looked at that list. Can we see that full screen that Kyle had again? Because I think that's great. And it brings up an important piece to this. Those were some of the worst teams in football, but they hired new coaches. So Arians filled in for Pagano, but it was Pagano's first year as a coach with Andrew Luck. Griffin, I think Mike Shanahan was there, but Rex Ryan was a new coach. Mike Smith was a new coach. In all of those instances, Pagano, Rex Ryan, Mike Smith, defensive head coach in their first year, saying, we're going to establish something and you're not going to beat us and push us around. I look at McDermott, I look at Flores, I look at Belichick. Defensive coach, defensive coach, defensive coach. The Jets have a defensive coach. They're not going to get bullied around anymore. At the very least, they're not going to embarrass Jets fans, no matter what, because they're going to play sound, smart football.
Preach.
I love it. At GMFB, D'Angelo Hall is here all 3 hours. We've got Victor Cruz. We've got Titus O'Neil. We're going to talk to Quinn Miners, our draft correspondent. We're excited about that. We'll hit the Seahawks. Got lots going on here. We in, we out. We have JMFB as well. We'll tell you all about that. We are resetting rosters, though, all show long, all day long on NFL Network. It's the AFC West on the docket. Who's challenging this guy? I can't even say it. Who's blah, 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 blah.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for him, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. Become a member. Get an insurance quote today.
Design isn't just for designers. It's for everyone. With Canva, designing anything is easy.
Canva has all my content creation needs covered. It's flexible, fun to use, and free.
There are thousands of professional templates to help get you started, so you can create, customize, and share your designs in just a few clicks.
Our whole team uses Canva to create professional marketing material. It's our secret weapon for design.
Start designing for free at canva.com.
We were taught and raised that we all exist here on this planet to benefit others. That's how my wife and I feel when we give to St. Jude every month. Our giving is right up there with our mortgage. That's the priority that we put on giving to St. Jude.
Tonight on NFL Total Access, 5 straight division titles, back-to-back Super Bowls, and 1 ring. And yet, all you really have is one question. What now? It's time to reset the rosters in the AFC West. Tonight, 7 Eastern.
We are not a number. We're not here to break barriers anymore. Today, we're here to break records. So go ahead, sing our praises, but do it for this. Because we're not here just to be another number. We're here to help you lose count.
We're all here for football.
Welcome to the party, my friends.
Why stop now? We're talking about those epic matchups.
Unbelievable! That was out of control.
It couldn't get any better than this. And instant classics.
He caught it with 1 second left.
This is going to live forever. We're here for the Thursday night throwdowns.
Well, I like getting the ball at 17.
Sunday morning breakdowns.
He's going to add to his legacy.
And all the inside lowdown.
This is a deal unlike anything that the NFL has seen.
He might be the most complete prospect in the draft.
Your team.
With the first pick.
They've drafted to be that physical team.
They added so much speed.
He is gone.
Our team.
This is such an exciting time for a fan. What we got is pretty good.
I'm loving this.
Every team.
Oh, have some of that.
If it happens in this league,
This deal is going to go through.
we're all here for it.
It's on.
Wow.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Incredible. Bucks are the Super Bowl champs.
NFL Network. We're here for football.
Oh, wait. It's going to be a good one.
Welcome back to Good Morning Football and happy Wednesday. Time to kick off NFL Network's roster reset. Our hosts, our analysts, everybody across NFL media, reporters, and so on, focusing on a division a day, breaking down where they stand. A little State of the Union ahead of the 2021 NFL Draft and the upcoming 2021 season. So today's focus is the AFC West. If you take a look, guys, at the Chiefs, their offseason so far, do we think that they've made enough moves in free agency? Did they have to make any to go on another Super Bowl run?
Well, I tell you what, to go on a run, I don't think they had to make any. I mean, if you saw Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl without his 2 starting tackles still going out there making plays, I feel like if they would have caught some of those balls that he was miraculously just throwing around, it's a different ball game.
Yeah.
And so when you see this Chiefs roster, oh my goodness, when that man Patrick Mahomes is throwing the football and there's so much speed on the outside as a defender who's had to cover that live. I mean, it is tough because a lot of these DBs in the league, they playing games. They really can't run. And so, in this draft is a lot of speed, and that's what I think is so intriguing because a lot of these DBs are 4'6", 4'5" guys. And so when the Chiefs line up out there, they put you in a predicament because you can't play man against all of that speed. And so for me, they just needed to kind of shore up front, right? You got to protect Patrick Mahomes. You feel like if you can protect him, you'll always have a chance. And I think they did a good enough job. I'm still interested to see kind of what happens in the draft to figure out where they move guys across that offensive line.
And then Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, what is he going to look
some
like
guys coming back. And so I'm just really interested to see where guys plug and play. But I'm all in on the Chiefs, man. I mean, goodness gracious. Right? Yes, with Andy Reid out there calling plays and Patrick Mahomes throwing that football.
Very curious your thoughts.
Yeah, because the Super Bowl left such a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, it was, because it was like the offensive line was so bad. And I think we all convinced ourselves that they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. So I'm like, did they figure it out in the offseason? Now, look, Tooney is a great signing. It was big money. They got him when other teams wanted him. I don't know what Kyle Long is bringing, and everyone expects Kyle Long to be all-pro Kyle Long. Taking a year off of football is an interesting dynamic. I think Kyle Long is an excellent athlete, is an excellent player, and everything from his tweets seems like he's completely dedicated to coming back. But I'm curious to see if you just plug Kyle Long in or if it's going to be a slower build. We'll see. And then I look at Trent Williams. Like, they went after Trent Williams hard, but they didn't get Trent Williams. And I think if you're even in that game where you're like, we're going to pay hundreds of millions of dollars for a tackle, it tells me something how you feel about your tackle position. So Mahomes took an Easter photo with his lovely fiance, Brittany, and he's wearing a giant cast. Like, it's a huge reminder. This might not be the same Chiefs that we're used to out of the gate. So to me, I'm gonna, like you said, you're curious. I'm curious. I love the Chiefs. I love what they do. Yes, they can make the Super Bowl, and they most likely will be back in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
But if Mahomes is running around like he was in that Super Bowl, I don't know if he's lasting many weeks in the NFL this season.
It'd be 4 straight title games, right?
Yeah.
It's really rare. The
There's
Patriots
not many
did it,
teams.
the McNabb Eagles did it. What do you think?
There's not many teams that can do what Tampa did, though.
No.
There's not many teams that can put JPP on one side, Shaq Barrett on one side, and Ndamukong Suh pushing the pocket, Vita Vea pushing the pocket.
They're all back.
Up the middle. Those linebackers are so athletic, so fast.
So if they play the Bucs in the Super Bowl, they get killed again, maybe.
Yes, they will.
So
Probably.
maybe.
If they don't have no
But I'm looking
line.
like, is anybody in the AFC? Because Peter, Kyle Long is a guard. I feel like I feel like this is a pawn here, and in the Reed's gambit, I don't care about the pawns. As long as I see the Queen, the Bishop, and I'm talking about Kelsey, and it's hard to say that they're not. They might not get to the Super Bowl. They might not win it. To be in the title game, though, I just still don't see the team that's like, we got it. And I know that was a terrible day for a lot of circumstances, and they didn't play well, and they had a lot. You know who knows that? Veach and Reed know that. That's all they're doing the whole offseason is like, man, that Super Bowl sucked. We got to fix that thing. It's just, to me, it's just pawns. They don't. They're supposed to be sacrificial lambs. Knock them over. The real guys are in the back, and they're still there. So I still think they'll be in the title game.
Trace, are there other teams in the AFC? Because we can't bring up the NFC. Brady was at Disney World spring chicken down there, while Patrick Mahomes has a cast on. Is very different what's going on with both of those quarterbacks that were in the Super Bowl. Talk to me about the AFC. Class of the AFC, who's there?
We're going to do this all off season, but the Buffalo Bills, this is their time. And Kyle, you were big on their bandwagon the entire season. I think this is it. The Bills, they got to the AFC Championship game. They had the playoff victories. They had the big game experience. They beat the Colts. They beat the Ravens.
Whoosh.
And then the Chiefs took care of business.
Yeah.
Is this a Bills over the hump, or is this Bills? It was nice while it lasted. They go down. You spoke with Josh Allen, right? What do you have to say about it?
Ask him specifically about the Chiefs. Do you look at them as the big bad wolf? Do you got to beat them? Makes no bones about it. We know what time it is. It's their conference. We have to take them out. They know. There's no the Chiefs are the team. I just don't know if they have it yet. I think the Bills have to nail the draft. They don't have enough horses to beat the Chiefs. It wasn't even close.
And the Bills got the Patriots to deal with. They got the Miami to deal with, of course. They moved down, and now they're going to be picking at 6 to move back up. I ask you, AFC West-wise, is this even worthy of our time to have this discussion? Justin Herbert looked great last year.
Yeah, look, the rookie quarterback was excellent, and he showed flashes. New coach, I don't know. We'll see with the Chargers. The Broncos, I don't know what they're doing at quarterback. The Raiders are the wild card here.
Yeah.
Okay, take us to Vegas.
Well, I mean, are they the team that beats the Chiefs in Arrowhead?
Yeah.
Or are they the team that is fighting tooth and nail to stay competitive with the Jets? You know,
they have to be given some respect for this game.
This game was
you got to.
They beat them up. They went up and down, but it's like
it was week 5.
They looked like the Chiefs.
They did.
Those deep balls that you saw Henry
They
Ruggs
did a lot.
and those
Okay,
guys.
so this is I'll give Mike Mayock credit here.
Okay.
Their defense was so bad. They fired the defensive coordinator Paul Gunther midway through.
Yeah.
This year they're bringing in Gus Bradley, which I think is a giant upgrade. They get Gus Bradley, but they signed players on defense. Like their entire free agency plan was defense, and they got guys. Like Yannick Ngakoue is going to be good for them. They've got guys. I just think at the end of the day, is anyone stopping Mahomes? And I don't know if the Raiders...
And I don't know if the Raiders' choices are going to be that. I mean, Yannick Ngakoue, it changes his teams like I changed my pants.
And you're right.
Listen, Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson, too. We saw it. In the next round, he got destroyed by Holyfield. Next fight in the 3rd round. Like, after that, Chiefs, and we haven't heard from them yet. I can't sit here in good conscience on TV and say, yeah, I believe the Raiders can beat the Chiefs. I don't. Show me I'm wrong.
I don't know if they can consistently beat the Chiefs, but they've showed us they can beat the Chiefs.
Okay.
I mean, proof is in the pudding.
It was one game.
You're right. It was one game. I don't know if Gus Bradley is as big of an upgrade as probably everyone thinks. Gus is going to run that Seattle 3 that you have to have dominant pass rushers up front to apply pressure. Guys on the back end are going to kind of sit. It's going to be a little bit more simplified than Paul Gunther's defense was. But it's going to rely on the guys to go out there and make plays. And so that's what that defense does. It puts the onus on the players.
Max Crosby, Yannick Ngakoue.
They're going to play fast.
They've got the players.
What about
they're going to play fast.
Young pass rush? Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, it's
they
good.
don't have Melvin Ingram
That's
anymore.
that
was big. Losing Casey Hayward has been terrible. But guess what? They'll get Derwin James back. He's a versatile piece. They're a team, to me, top 10 offense last year, top 10 defense, another year under Herbert's belt. Chargers are the team.
Chargers seem exciting as hell.
That's the team.
I know. The reason we keep coming back to the Raiders is, holy crap, they beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, and no one else has. But the Chargers have the talent.
Well,
You're right.
fool's gold there, kids. I don't know. Okay, Kyle, you have a game in honor of Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know if you heard this, but the MVP of the NFL has been hosting Jeopardy for a while.
What?
Hey, there he is. Handsome as hell. He was on our show yesterday. Bit of a potty mouth. But we're going to do a show and a segment in honor of that right after this.
Love it.
GMFB.
What does it take to challenge racial and economic injustice? It takes education, it takes awareness, it takes courage. The Equal Justice Initiative is dedicated to protecting human rights and reforming criminal justice. The more people that stand up, speak up, and have these conversations, the more change we will see. What does it take to stand up for every American? It takes me, it takes you, it takes all of us.
First rule of special ops, be aware of your surroundings. Complete visual clarity, because survival, safety, and success depend on it. These special optics give you the power to see all your surroundings. They're HD vision, special ops. Most sunglasses just make things darker, and in a tactical situation, that can be deadly.
Inspired by the needs of our men and women in uniform, Special Ops lets you do things normal sunglasses just can't do. You see your surroundings in high definition, with color, contrast, and clarity so sharp, you'll never want to be without them.
And HD Vision Special Ops reduce glare without darkening your view.
Same polycarbonate material used in military aircraft. A high-performance design ideal for active lifestyles. Special Ops offer UV protection, are scratch-resistant, and can survive the harshest conditions.
Because no matter where you are or what you do, seeing clearly can save your life.
Or give you a tactical advantage even in low-light conditions.
There's just the clarity of everything around you. It's like it brightens everything up.
As far as looking across the field, you can see things very clearly, which is extremely nice and very important.
The lenses are so clear, it's like there's nothing there. Everything just pops.
Tactical glasses with similar technology can cost $200 or more. But with this exclusive TV offer, you can get HD Vision Special Ops for $19.99. When you order now, You'll also get our HD Vision Night Ops glasses absolutely free. Perfect for driving at night. HD Vision Night Ops enhance color, clarity, and cut the glare of oncoming headlights. You get the HD Vision Special Ops sunglasses and our Night Ops with professional-grade optics for an unbeatable low price. Both pair for just $19.99.
Don't wait. Get your Special Ops today.
To order, call 1-800-642-6136. That's 1-800-642-6136. Or you can go online at hdspecialops.com. Don't delay. Call or click today.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
All off season, catch every snap from every game.
Let's go.
And all the plays in just 45 minutes.
Touchdown!
NFL Game Pass, where football never stops. Go to NFL.com/Game Pass to start your free trial.
This is GMFB. Here are today's contestants. An NFL draft obsessive from Freehold, New Jersey, Peter Schrager. A fantasy football guru from Chicago, Illinois, Kay Adams. And a former NFL cornerback from Chesapeake, Virginia, D'Angelo Hall. And now, here's the host of JMFB, Kyle Brandt.
Thank you, Davey Ziplo. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of JMFB. Now, before we start, let's go over the rules for everyone. I will ask our contestants questions from each and every category, going in order from 1 point all the way down to the bottom question worth 5 points. The player who answers the last question correctly will get the first chance to answer. If they do not know, or should they answer incorrectly, the other two contestants will have a chance to steal by using the buzzers in front of them. Would you like to demonstrate the buzzers now, my friends?
Don't think I'll be using mine much, but...
They all make signature sounds here on JMFB. Also, very important, each time we start a new category, the contestant with the lowest score will be given control of the board. Are we ready to play JMFB? Let's get to our first category. First category is to 12 the truth. All questions will be about NFL players who have worn the number 12. We will do this alphabetically, starting with Adams, which means K, or is it David? You have control of the board.
It's David as in versus Goliath. I think this is basically Nate Robinson taking out Mike Tyson here in trivia. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm excited about it.
All right. Okay.
Give me a slingshot, baby.
We need a Jake Paul on this show. That's
yes.
J in JMFB.
Here we go.
Kay Adams, your first question. For Kay only, D'Angelo and Peter, you can steal. This number 1 overall pick led the NFL in passing touchdowns in 2014 and was parodied on Twitter as a Civil War officer.
I do know this, I do believe, and T.Y. Hilton would like him to come back. Can I do this? It is Andrew Luck.
That is correct. Andrew Luck on the board in parts unknown. Didn't even need the flip phone clue. He was a captain, Andrew Luck.
Great Twitter account.
Okay, this stays with you now. Peter and D'Angelo, you might just have to sit here for the entire game. Okay, question number 2. He is the only Jets quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
Joe Namath.
Yeah. Joe Namath is also correct.
Let's go!
Firing out the gate. Could she make it 3 in a row?
I'm so proud
Peter's
of this.
already emailing the production staff. Here we go. Although not a player on the field, this team's fan base is one of the most powerful forces in all the NFL. Kay Adams.
Although not a player on the field, this team's fan base is one of the most powerful forces in all of the NFL.
You have 5 seconds.
Oh, the 12s!
The 12s is correct. Kay Adams is taking over. That is 3. Can she run the category?
Ow!
Let's find out again. This is to 12 the truth. Here we go. Kay Adams, your fourth question.
Oh, gosh.
Among his many career accomplishments, including comeback player of the year and rushing for 35 touchdowns, this former Eagle and Viking also had 2 punts for 80 yards or more. 5 seconds.
Billick's quarterback.
3, 2, and that is time. D'Angelo buzzing in. D'Angelo,
Randall
I knew you were
That
gonna
is
say
absolutely correct. D'Angelo Hall takes over the
I
board.
didn't know how many I was going to get
D'Angelo,
playing
now
with Phoenix,
Adams
bro.
and
Me
Schrager
and
will
Billiken
sit
had
aside.
great conversations about Randall Cunningham.
Great Randall Cunningham just booted
Bam.
the thing out of the back of the end zone. D'Angelo, your question here. Despite winning 4 Super Bowls and 3 Super Bowl MVPs, this quarterback was second on his college depth chart behind future Duck Dynasty star Phil Robertson. What? Who could it have been? 3-time Super Bowl MVP. This is the 5-point question, D'Angelo. Do you watch the Duck Dynasty?
I don't.
He does not. We have a buzzer,
I
and
do
a
not.
Peter
Go
Schrager
ahead,
is
Peter.
buzzing in. Peter.
The pride of Louisiana Tech, Terry Bradshaw.
That is absolutely correct. You can look it up.
Reality show
the
star.
Incubant quarterback back in the day at La Tech. He played in front of Terry Bradshaw before then. Bradshaw eventually took over. And after one round, we have Kay in the lead with 6, D'Angelo bringing up the rear in 4, and Peter Schrager at 5, which means that D'Angelo Hall, the board is yours as we go to category number 2. We always go to the low man or woman. What is the second category? It is known as Aaron It Out. Our friend Aaron Rodgers on Jeopardy for 2 weeks on Good Morning Football yesterday. These questions are all about famous Aarons. D'Angelo Hall, your question, 1-pointer. Running back who recently signed a 4-year, $48 million contract with Green Bay.
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones is correct. That is the 1-pointer. That's sort of the warm-up question, if you will. Very easy. Now we go to the 2-pointer. D'Angelo, let's see if we can get on a bit of a run. You ran a 4.3, if I remember, coming out of Plattsburgh. Let's get it going. Oscar and Emmy-winning writer, famous for his walk and talk scenes. D'Angelo.
What's the category again?
Famous Aarons. Aaron It Out.
Walk and talk.
Do you remember walk and talk? Do you remember quick dialogue and walking, and we're walking through maybe it's the White House and talking? D'Angelo is out. Kay and Peter buzz in.
Go ahead.
Peter.
Go ahead, Peter.
I'm picturing Josh Charles and walking straight up there during it's Aaron Sorkin. There
It
we
is
go.
Aaron Sorkin, of course.
Sports Night was my
Wing.
reference.
What was the newsroom, that one, and everything? Can't have too many Josh Charles shout-outs on the network. Now, if you let Peter have control of the board, he might not give it back, guys.
So ask a question. What show was that?
That was The West Wing. He was talking about
Don't
Aaron
watch
Sorkin.
that. Don't watch that. Don't watch that.
But I don't know who it is.
He's done many shows,
He wasn't a big
many
fan of
films.
Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip? No.
Did they do Sports Night too with Josh Charles? All right, here we go.
You go, what
Peter
was
has
the
control of
category?
the
I'm
board.
dying.
He also has the lead. Peter.
Yeah.
What?
R&B soul artists with hits such as Everybody Plays the Fool.
Aaron Neville, what's
Tell It
next?
Like It
Let's
Is.
go!
Don't know much, Peter, but you know you love this game. Schrager. Okay.
I'm going to take 5.
Yeah,
Peter
we can leave now.
Peter, your next question.
Yes.
And Aaron It Out. Actor in movies like The Dark Knight, Thank You for Smoking, and Paycheck.
I appreciated his work, of course, in the movie Any Given Sunday. I'm going with Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart is absolutely correct, Peter. I believe he was the personal trainer in
He was. Him and Jimmy Woods got into it.
Yeah, Jimmy was a little crooked.
Well, ethical.
All right, now, here we go. Peter has taken a 14-6-5 lead. Remember,
Oh, my gosh.
in the next
14,
category,
6,
whoever is
5.
in the rear will take up the first. D'Angelo, that could be your consistent thing on this game.
Ken
Peter,
Jennings over here.
Aaron It Out. He hit a walk-off home run in the 11th inning of the 2003 ALCS to beat the Red Sox and send the Yankees to the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, I kissed my best friend Ryan Orsley on the lips that night. Aaron Boone, let's go. Current manager of the Yankees.
I will accept Aaron Boone, but I need more information about Ryan Orsley and you guys getting to first base. Good Lord, Peter.
Hey, we beat those hated Red Sox. Finally, it was time. It was okay, and that was a special night for a lot.
Glorious. Now, Peter has 19 points because he nearly swept that category.
19.
And here's the thing. We look for parity on JMFB. Okay. We want to keep everybody in it. So we go to the player who's in last place. Kay, unfortunately, you have a 1-point lead over D'Angelo. So, accordance with our legal team, D'Angelo, again, you will start the category.
Can me and Kay put our points together? We're probably still not.
We may get to that. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah,
we will stop this topic mid-topic to continue it later in the show, as we often do. So here we go. Your category, head of the pack. We will cover all things Packers.
Let's go,
D-Hall. Play with the Packers. Kay, you've been to Lambeau Field. I know that. And D'Angelo played against the Packers many times. Here you go, D-Hall. This nickname for Green Bay, Wisconsin, is due to the Packers' NFL record 13 championships.
Titletown?
Titletown is correct. Titletown is correct.
Why are you shrugging?
Because I'm like, I don't know. Is it Titletown? I'm not from Green Bay, so it ain't Titletown to me.
You knew the category and the answer.
Okay.
Y'all.
Cool.
D'Angelo, what town do you think is Titletown in this country?
As of late, New England.
New England, yes. As of late, more likely Tampa Bay. But the worst thing is, D'Angelo, that actually hurt you in this game because now you're not in last place anymore.
I get to go.
But you do control the board. No, you do. Kay, you might get to start the next topic.
Right.
D'Angelo, Green Bay played in the first Super Bowl, beating this team 35-10.
Kansas City.
That is absolutely correct. D'Angelo is picking up speed here, 35-10, and we will stop for now to get up against the break, as we know. Right now, Peter, getting those 5-point questions.
Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Boone, Aaron everybody, 19. D'Angelo with 8, and we will start with Kay Adams next in the next category with 6 points. This is JMFB. We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back for more JMFB. Please stay with us.
Stop the bleeding.
I know. I need to call the rules official, Kyle. I didn't get to finish the category. Is the category over?
We will pick that up after the break.
Well, shouldn't I still be going?
D'Angelo, I think you're still thinking of a title.
We're talking Russell Wilson and trade rumors. After this, it's Good Morning Football.
I didn't know you'd have that, Chiefs.
Alan. Yes. David Baker from the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Oh my gosh. The class of 2021 could be the greatest ever. Go online now to get your Hall of Fame exclusive enshrinement gear. Shop exclusive class of 2021 gear at ProFootballHof.com.
Shop exclusive class 21 gear, baby. Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Paste, the incredible rubberized paste. Right out of the tub, Flex Paste is super thick. It clings to the surface and it instantly fills gaps and holes. Flex Paste penetrates deep into hard-to-reach areas. Use Flex Paste on wood, tile, metal, all types of surfaces. And once it dries, it turns to this, a strong, flexible rubber. Flex Paste is tough stuff. Now that's a lot of damage. But with Flex Paste, you can create a watertight seal. Get Flex Paste and the Flex Seal family of products at these fine retailers.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But not for your clients. That's why we're a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first.
So what do you provide? Cookie cutter portfolios?
Nope. We tailor portfolios to our clients' needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right?
We don't have those.
So what's in it for you?
Our fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Welcome to a jam-packed NFL Now.
All off-season long, stay up to date with news from around the league.
No one does it better. He's been such a great player for so long.
He's going to score a touchdown. NFL Now, today at 1 on NFL Network.
Before the 2021 NFL Draft.
You guys ready to get started?
Meet the next class of NFL stars.
Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence.
And our experts are there to get you ready with in-depth analysis.
He's head and shoulders above the other guys.
Positional rankings.
They could trade back if they don't like what they have there.
And live look-ins to pro days for this year's top prospects.
He just jumped himself into the first round.
Path to the Draft, tonight at 6 on NFL Network. Mock Draft Live.
They could certainly use a guy like him.
Join our experts as they break down their latest draft projections.
I think he might be the most complete prospect in the draft.
Touchdown! Mock Draft Live, Tuesday at 8 on NFL Network.
Welcome back to Good Morning Football. We are roster resetting the AFC West today. Plenty of guests on the show, but we want to bring in Will Selva for your headlines. He's out on the West Coast bright and early with the news, and we have to start, Will, with the unfortunate unraveling of what's going on with the developing story surrounding Deshaun Watson.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kate. Good morning to you and good morning, everyone. And we do begin with that story. 2 of the 22 women who have filed lawsuits against Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson spoke publicly for the first time yesterday. One of those massage therapists, Ashley Solis, she has accused Watson of sexual misconduct. She spoke for the first time along with her attorney, Tony Busby. Here's how he addressed reporters.
Case has nothing to do with the Texans, has nothing to do with free agency, the timing. I don't know anything about that silliness, and I frankly don't care about it. Texans are not a team that I follow. This case is instead about women who are willing to step forward, knowing that they will be criticized and ostracized. And we should all get behind them, applaud them for their bravery, and support them.
The NFL issuing this statement to our Mike Garafolo, quote, "The allegations are deeply disturbing and we take these issues very seriously." Immediately following news of the first allegations last month, and has been reported, we initiated an investigation under the NFL's personal conduct policy. We're continuing to closely monitor all developments in the matter. All right, let's switch gears now, and a lot has been made about what is going to happen with the Seahawks, and of course their quarterback Russell Wilson, after he expressed some displeasure with how the organization has been running. Of course, it's been the subject of trade rumors, but one newly re-signed Seahawks says their Pro Bowl quarterback isn't going anywhere. Before signing a 2-year deal with the team, defensive end Carlos Dunlap says he asked Wilson if he planned to remain in Seattle long term.
I did ask him if obviously he was going to be with us, because if I'm coming back because I see him as my quarterback, and the rest of the team, I want to pick up where we left off. And he told me that he's with us and he's here to stay. And he said, let's go Hawks. And I'm not going to quote his every word, or these words are not his words verbatim, but these are my explanation of how I interpreted what he said.
And if you're a potential free agent thinking about going to Seattle, that is one key question you do want to have answered. So according to Carlos Dunlap, Russell Wilson is here to stay. So that's it. Okay, guys, nothing to talk about. All good? Everything's fine? No drama? Let's move on. Let's go to commercial break.
Not so fast, Adamano. Thank you so much. Schrags, are you buying what Russ told Dunlap, the belief that this is just for 2021? Are we thinking this is long term? What do we think of this here to stay thing?
I think he's the Seahawks quarterback. As what did Les Snead say when he was talking about Jared Goff? For now.
For now.
I think we can now push this off to at least next offseason, and I hope it's not a yearly thing of, is Russ happy? Is Russ not happy? I don't know if Seattle addressed any of the needs that he was apparently upset with. I don't know if they have the offensive line in a place that's any better than it was at the end of last year. I don't think they got him any top-tier weapons on offense. Gerald Everett was a nice addition, but gosh, they're bringing back the gang, and it's Carlos Dunlap, and now Jamal Adams is going to want a new contract at some point. I don't think the Seahawks are in their roster, at the very least, is an entirely better space than it was when they last were on the field and they were losing to 9-finger Jared Goff.
Sounds like they'll be on the wild card next year, probably.
They probably will. That's what they do, right? I mean, I don't know if
nice.
Are they challenging the Buccaneers or the Chiefs? I don't know.
Was it Mercedes that he wanted? Is there a part of that where it was?
Yeah, sure.
I thought it was like a power play at first, but he did have say in the coordinator.
He did. He helped. He had input, and they hired Shane Waldron, who was the passing game coordinator from the Rams. All right.
Yeah.
Being hit so much. Wait. I know I'm being hit too much.
No one wants to get hit.
You know what's getting hit, Russ? Your direct deposit. Like every 2 weeks, the huge fat checks. That's why I'm getting hit so much.
Russ doesn't want to get hit, but Russ wants to cook, right? Russ wants to throw the football all over the yard. You have to drop back to throw the football, right? Pete Carroll wants to run the football. So if I'm Russ and I don't want to get hit, man, let's run the football a little bit more. Let's establish what we were first built on, which is physicality. But to me, this Seattle team, they're only going to go as far as their defense. We can nitpick Russell Wilson as much as we want. But defensively on that side of the football, they have to get a lot better.
They lost Shaq Griffin, who I think was their top corner.
Great corner. Now gone down to Jacksonville to help kind of with that rebuild. But, to me, I think Russell is just toting the company line, right? How many times has Russ got in front of a camera, said everything you want him to say, and go Hawks,
Wait,
go 12.
Isn't this the opposite?
But no, for him to say that to Carlos Dunlap and say, hey, I'm going to be here, I'm going to be your guy, and then in whatever words Carlos Dunlap definitely said, go Hawks. Like, how Russell Wilson is that? You know, I would have preferred Russ to say, hey, look, man, they ain't treating me right in this organization, Los. I don't know if I want to be here, period. I don't know if I want to be here. I definitely need you next year, though, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to be here longer than that. I've told players, you know, look, I don't know if I want to be here. I think we're a better football team with you on this roster, so by all means, come get this money. They're giving up this bread.
But to the media, you would put blame on other people, other situations not being protected. Like, Russell Wilson did himself no favors in the court of public opinion this offseason. I think he actually damaged himself quite a bit. As a guy in that locker room, do you take it personally? Do you start to take it personally that played out in the media? Or do you say it's all business?
I don't, because I understand the business. But I do take personal. If I'm Carlos Dunlap and I'm signing 3-4 years or whatever his deal was, I haven't even looked at it. I was surprised they actually brought him back, even though I know they traded for him. He didn't have quite the impact I wanted him to have, Los. I know you. You can have much more of an impact. Go make some plays. But, you know, to me, I would have just loved for Russ to be honest with his player. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, you know, get in front of the camera and tote this line or go talk to Pete Carroll. If Carlos Dunlap is telling me he's calling Russ and they're having a conversation, I need Russ to be honest with Los, because I don't think Russ wants to be there.
Maybe, but the other foot may be about to drop. Like, if you think it's personal now, what if the Seahawks take a quarterback in the draft? And listen, they don't have a lot of picks. Their first pick right now is in the second round. It's number 56. They can move. They can do whatever they want. Wouldn't it maybe be the right thing to do, and also not above Carroll and Schneider, be like, all right, we're going to take a quarterback, and here's the thing. They only have 3 picks in the whole draft. If they use one of them on a quarterback and not a lineman or a guard, like, then what does Russell Wilson have to say? Because I remember Roethlisberger, when the Steelers took Mason Rudolph in the 3rd round, was like, I thought we needed defense. What the hell's that? Was the 3rd round last year? Rodgers is the ultimate. So don't be shocked if Russell Wilson gets kneecapped by the Seahawks taking an early quarterback this draft, and maybe they should.
And I don't think Russ cares if they take an early quarterback. Like, this isn't a thing where Russell Wilson's one of these dwindling skills players that's trying to hold on to a contract.
You don't think he'll care if they take a quarterback?
I'm saying from a standpoint, that's going to be a quicker way to get him out the door, Ken. Right?
Yeah.
Draft my replacement. That way I know I'm gone next year. Or at least I can try to force my way out like I did.
Let me ask you really quickly, because we're running down. I want your opinion on this.
I love it if you draft
Nate sits in that chair a lot, and it's hard getting the Russell Wilson talk, because he just looks at the camera and says, nah, he's happy, he's good. And like, I know Russ, he's good, he's happy.
I don't know Russ.
I don't either. So when I see all this stuff publicly from an agent, does that let your radar go up at all? Or that doesn't? Because Nate said, don't worry about the agent.
Nah, my radar is going up because Russell Wilson is a good enough player in this league. He's made enough plays that agent isn't talking without Russ is okay. Period. Yeah, it's coming from it's coming from the agent's mouth. But come on, man, I'm not this little pissant. I'm Russell Wilson. Like, I'm definitely letting you know what I want to be said and what I want to be known. It's just not coming from me. I mean, I think that's smart. I think that's how you do it. But I think it'd be foolish to think that a player of Russell Wilson's magnitude is going to sit here and let an agent kind of steer his career. And so, you know, draft the quarterback. If I'm Russ, I'm like, cool. Deuces. I get to find me a better situation. Come on back to Virginia, Russ. He's from Virginia.
We go host Prices
Right. We got Fitzmagic for 1 year, so we'll take Russ.
Ron Rivera, okay.
Yeah, the following year we'll take Russ.
Did you say pissant?
Yeah, a little pissant.
You're too funny. Okay, Drinks, what's up next? We got a game?
We do. The game is called We In or We Out, and we're talking about Zach Wilson. Like, guys, is Zach Wilson good? I don't know if we can make that decision yet. We're gonna see. If he's taken 2nd overall, he better be something. We in or we out?
And Doug.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Thank you.
Hey, no, Liam. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Introducing the latest advancements in copper compression garments. CopperFit Pro, now with targeted kinesiology compression bands designed to pinpoint and relieve muscle and joint soreness. Kinesiology compression bands are strategically patterned in the garment to target known pain center pressure points and aid in recovery and performance. Purchase your CopperFit Pro series at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
At touchofmodern.com, our expertly curated products are never ordinary, never mundane, and never in a million years what you'd expect to see or imagined you'd ever have. Check it all out at touchofmodern.com.
When it's time to sell your home, there's a lot of money on the line. How can you trust your real estate agent will get it right? There's good news. With HomeLight, you can compare actual performance data on thousands of agents near you, so you know who sells quickly, who sells for the best price. We'll match you with the perfect agent for your needs. And best of all, it's free. Sell your home for more money. Go to HomeLight.com today.
Times have been tough.
But guess what? I think we're tougher.
That's right. Across the U.S., folks are finding ways to feel good when it comes to their minds, bodies, and communities. Here's how you can too.
Step 1, get moving. 60 minutes of exercise a day helps your body and your mind.
That's right. Step 2, eat well. Nutritious foods like dairy give you the energy you need.
Good call. How about step 3, help others? There are lots of ways to stay safe and fuel good. For more on how you can feel good and fuel good, go to fueluptoplay60.com.
Today, over 40 million people are being forced into trafficking and slavery. 1 in 4 are children. We cannot allow them to suffer in silence. We need you. We need everybody. Go to ijm.org/take action, get information, understand how you can be involved. Because of the work that you are committing to do, they will be free.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
We're having some fun in the commercial break here.
Always.
D'Angelo Hall.
Life story.
The red band trailer.
Time for a game we're calling We In or We Out. I'm going to say a statement, and then you guys tell me if you agree or you disagree. Okay. Say you're in or you're out. And here's number 1. We're doing a parade for Zach Wilson on this network and on ESPN, and we're saying that this guy is the guy. He didn't play a single opponent from a Power 5 conference last year, meaning no Big 10, no Big 12, no SEC, no Pac-12, no ACC. So are we in or we out?
Oh, good one.
The fact that Zach Wilson did not play against a Power 5 team in 2020 when he had this huge season is a reason for concern.
Okay. I like this.
I like it too. The answer is supposed to be yes, big reason for concern, because the Josh Allen comparisons come up all the time. Josh Allen played against Oregon. He played against Iowa. He saw the big boys. And yet, I'm out on this. I'm out on it being a major concern because the game's changed. The league has changed. Carson Wentz was playing against Weber State in northern Iowa. He showed up in the league and looked great, completely composed, looked the part as a rookie. D'Angelo, I can't wait to hear your retort. He looked great as a rookie. Eastern Illinois plays Tennessee State and Austin Peay, and they have produced Tony Romo and Jimmy Garoppolo. I think there was a time when that would be concerning to me. It really isn't anymore, and there's the receipts to show it. Go on.
Ooh, I'm out. I'm out.
Okay.
I'm out on Zach, and I'm out for the simple fact that some of the throws that I see him make, can't make on on the next level. You have to learn how to anticipate sometimes. Sometimes you got to throw a guy open. Sometimes you got to throw a guy into coverage and trust that that guy's going to go make that play. And at the end of the day, it's the competition, right? Like, the DBs you're out here beating up on aren't playing on Sundays, right?
Neither are your teammates.
Well, some aren't. Some are. A lot are. A lot. When you play in the SEC, every week you're going to have a couple dudes on that defense and that secondary that's going to be playing on Sunday, whether they're underclassmen or whether they're in this draft.
You know who you're throwing to, though? You're throwing to Jalen Waddle and Devontae.
You are doing that as well.
Yeah, you're doing that if you're playing one of those.
Some quarterbacks aren't. And so, you know, we can go back and forth about that, but, you know, I need to see just a little bit more. And that's not saying he won't go out and be phenomenal. Sure. I think he actually has a chance to be great. I think the scheme he's going to be put in, the coaching he's going to get, the tough love he's going to get. I love Rob Saleh like we've always been talking about. The way I think he'll get the most out of that guy. You know, I think he's going to fall into a great situation to be successful, but it is concerning for me that he did not get a chance to really showcase his talent against other top 5, 10, you know, other first rounders.
Doesn't bug me at all, Shriggs. I'm out on this mattering because I don't care if you face lesser competition if you dominate that competition, which is what he did. 43 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He took care of business, 11-1, and he didn't have Devontae Smith. He didn't have Jalen Waddle to throw to. He actually elevated guys around him and put it all on his back. So I have no problem with this because of how dominant he was against that lower-tier competition.
Yeah, and that's going to be what the scouts, if the Jets do take him, they're going to say, well, look what he did. He can only drive the car that he's given. He can't control who he plays.
Play who
you can't beat Coastal Carolina?
He can't. Well, that's the thing, right? They lost to Coastal Carolina.
Chanticleers?
And he went 15 of 30 in that game. And the other thing is this. His offensive line it's BYU. You've got these giants on the field. Not going up against the top defensive line. So he might not have had the pressure. It's going to be an interesting dynamic because the guys he's against, Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence, played at the highest of levels in college and delivered the same kind of numbers. All right, number 2. We in or we out. This is a surprise one for our new guest host here, D'Angelo.
All right, D'Angelo, get ready.
With Tiki and Rondé Barber, Chris Long, Matt Shaw, and Thomas Jones, the University of Virginia has produced better NFL talent than Virginia Tech. D'Angelo Hall, are you in or are you out with that statement?
I am definitely out on that statement. Are you kidding me?
Make the case. This has to be a recruiting video for
some good names.
I gotta see them names one more time. You had Tiki, Rondé, Chris Long,
Thomas Jones.
Peter
didn't even mention Patrick Kearney.
All right, I just want to go. I want to go shot for shot. So Tiki's a running back. Give me NFL success. I probably would have to go. I don't know, Kevin Jones, Lisa.
Okay, so Virginia wins that one.
Rondé Barber, I'll take that. Come on, man, we got it. We got it. Come on, I can't see a Matt Schaub. We got Michael Vick. I got Corey Moore, Bruce Smith, Cam Chancellor, Tyrod Taylor still in the league. Logan Thomas has had a great year last year playing tight end. He was a quarterback. I mean, we got ballers. But let me tell you what, though. We have ballers that are lunch pail type guys, you know, that are hard workers, overachievers.
Better NFL talent.
Yeah, better NFL talent.
Did you see Tiki, though? Like, when he used to just run in the... Like, it was such a thing of grace. He had this big gallop.
And I remember
dude, like, Rondé was really good.
Is Rondé a Hall of Famer?
I think Rondé is a Hall of Famer. Hey, look, I think he is. And
inevitable. He'll get in.
I saw him at a Pro Bowl, and I was like, oh, Rondé's trash. You know what I mean? Just thinking, dude, slow, this, that. You know, having played against Tampa. And then I got to the Pro Bowl and got to be around him, and I'm like, dude, Rondé's a baller.
Sounds like Virginia's pretty good, huh?
Virginia's good, but Virginia Tech's better, baby.
Stand up and go, Michael Vick and Bruce Smith. Thank you, everybody. I'm out of here. See you later. Tiki, come on.
2-time Super Bowl champ Chris Long.
Come on.
Bruce Smith, Corey Moore. You remember that? You remember that team, that national championship team. Shouldn't have been on the field with Florida State. And they
held their own.
We'll be back
7
on Good Morning Football.
To the wire.
Sally. Yes. David Baker from the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Oh my gosh. The class of 2021 could be the greatest ever. Go online now to get your Hall of Fame exclusive enshrinement gear. Shop exclusive class of 2021 gear at ProFootballHof.com.
Shop exclusive class 21 gear, baby.
Still lots of room, just more to view. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
This is NFL Total Access. I'm your host, MJ Acosta-Ruiz.
Nobody has the National Football League covered like us.
The free agency frenzy continues.
I feel like we have unfinished business. This is how it's supposed to be.
We've got all the latest news.
It is official now. An end of an era for Drew Brees.
All the in-depth analysis.
Tom Brady's still able to play at this high of a level.
He was the best wide receiver, can catch a BB in the dark.
What a catch!
All from the experts you trust.
That's what we're talking about, people.
Reporting on every team.
It's all set up for the quarterback to be successful.
It's almost unstoppable.
Get you some!
Keep it burning.
I'm a Cowboy. I'm not leaving. This is only the beginning.
Every weeknight.
His speed, he has good hands, he's going to fit a role.
Ready for the end zone!
From every angle.
You can see the confidence from the players.
And we've got it dialed in from coast to coast.
Woo, baby!
It's all your football needs, all in one place.
Let's go!
Holy smoke, forget about it!
NFL Total Access, only on NFL Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to our show. It's called GMFB Live. We're in New York City, Wednesday, April 7th. My name is Kay Adams, Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt, all here. D'Angelo Hall, how are you finding New York this week?
I am enjoying
Are you?
Yes, I am. It is so beautiful. I forget how beautiful New York is until I come. And then I'm like,
As Kyle, Kay, and I are very protective of our fine city, tell the rest of the world, is New York City dead, D'Angelo? No, it was alive and well, right?
Not at all.
It was alive and well.
It was.
When you're walking through the meatpacking district, through a cloud of smoke, it feels great, I bet.
People are having fun in the city.
They certainly are. At GMFB with your thoughts here. We've got Victor Cruz on the way. He knows New York really well. And we've got roster reset week as well, tackling the West, the other side. AFC West, new arrivals, who you need to keep your eye on, potential fits for the draft, all of that. The draft 3 weeks away in Cleveland. So who can challenge the Chiefs? We're breaking it all down. NFL.com/roster reset for the latest. Okay, guys, it's time for Lead Block.
Lead Block.
Let's do it. In case you somehow missed it, living under a rock or in a cloud of smoke in the meatpacking district, we had the reigning MVP Aaron Rodgers on the show just yesterday. And of course, we asked him if he'd consider walking away from the game to be the permanent host of Jeopardy. Here's what he told us. Take a look.
I still love playing, and I don't want to give that up. There's something interesting about walking away from the game at the height. And there's been many players who've done that. I mean, one of my favorite players growing up was Barry Sanders, and Barry rushed for over 1,000 yards in every one of his seasons, and then just said, "See ya." That's not what I want to do. I want to keep playing. I have still have the passion and the fire, and this last season, just reminded me. And I think a lot of people, I can still play and still play at a really, really high level. And I feel like I can do this for a number of years moving forward. At the same time, I feel like I can host Jeopardy, and I'd love to. I think I bring something different to the show.
Okay, that's Aaron Rodgers. He was on our show just yesterday. Aaron Rodgers, guys, sort of flies in the face of something that I heard over and over again when I started in this career in the NFL. Players, they think about the next game. They think about the next play, they don't think about the future. Aaron Rodgers is so mindful. He's so thoughtful, and I every time he opens his mouth, I know that he's thought about his mortality in this league, what is next, how it's going to end, how he would like it to end, and how he knows that it might not end the way he might like. And we've seen it play out over the past couple of seasons. He's telling us here he wants to do both at the same time. Kyle, how should the Packers feel about that Aaron Rodgers idea, I guess, or pitch? And what did you think of his words there?
It's a good question. The Packers are behind it. They like it. They tweet about it. They celebrate. You have to.
Yeah.
I just wait and see. If he does get that job and he loves it and it fulfills him and he gets a thrill from it and he gets paid for it, I got to go back to Wisconsin. You got rid of my All-Pro center. Like, I don't know. Like, I believe him when he says that because I think he's all about what is my next challenge? What can I?
Yeah.
And the idea of, dude, I won the MVP and I host Jeopardy at the same time. I'm immortal. I think that is incredible. We'll just see, though. If I'm the Packers, my only concern is that he absolutely falls in love with the job and what does he need to get hit for? And the best part is that, like, Rodgers, to your point, has thought this out so strategically.
Right.
So he does a written piece with The Ringer this week, and they ask him, but can you do both at the same time? And look at this answer, and look at, like, the flex in the middle of it. I don't think I need to give up football to do it. They film 46 days a year. I worked 187 this year in Green Bay. That gives me 178 days to do Jeopardy. Does the math in the middle of the answer. So
Yeah.
I feel like I could fit 46 into that 178 and make it work.
Strategy.
It does sound pretty logical. 46 days out of 178 and the rest of the time to be around traveling the world with your fiance. Sounds really good. And yet, I still think if you get your dream job and you've done this for 16 years,
17.
Is that
17
his-
season, you know,
He corrected
16 in the
us.
rear view.
Is that his dream job, or is this what we're watching? Like, what are you really kidding? Are you kidding me? Jeopardy is his
all dead
dream
serious.
job.
No, it's all dead serious. I mean
This
that.
is his dream job.
I don't know,
That'd be-
but he's done this, though, for a long time. He wanted to be Joe Montana growing up.
Yeah.
And I do, look, I'm not saying Jeopardy's a dream job for everybody,
Yeah.
but, like, he talks about it like I grew up watching with my grandparents. It was
Yeah.
how I was raised. Trebek was this and that. I do think it's his dream job, and I think at this point, it's almost more desirable than being Packers quarterback. I do.
Wow.
I do.
That is a lot.
If he did Jeopardy for 16 years and they said, you want to be a
Be a
quarterback,
quarterback
with the Packers?
Packers?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'll try out. But he's done it the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
The thing is, like, I know Matt LaFleur well. Like, I like him. I know what they have no say in it. Like, he's got all the leverage in this. Like, they're basically, you know, their only bastion is like, we're going to draft a quarterback, Jordan. Then he goes out and he's the MVP.
Yeah.
And it's like he just rips all the power away. So if he wants to do it, Packers, like, you can't stop him. And then I look at, like, J.J. Watt. I know he's not a quarterback. He goes and does a game show that, I don't know, people might have watched it. I didn't watch it.
Let's play some tag.
Tag with his brother for an offseason. And Gronk is wrestling. And
What about catching Kelsey?
like,
Yeah.
I'd almost
They're not
rather-
quarterbacks, Peter.
Maybe that's fair.
It's
but
outdated,
I
is
see
what it is.
Brady out in the
100%.
Sahara Desert on a camel. And
Peter, is there an old man yelling at a cloud tape
Yes.
about this?
This is
there
outdated.
I think there is. Now, here is the rub. And Andrew Siciliano was on the network yesterday after us, and he made this point. Their current schedule under the Trebek rules were they did film during this season.
Oh.
So they would then have to completely adjust their schedule around Rodgers' dream vision of, hey, they'll just produce it the 47 days that I'm there.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Sony Pictures doesn't want to have people working for just 46 days. Maybe they want people to work throughout the year. Maybe that's a different schedule for them. So it's not as easy as A, the Packers saying, we don't want you to do it, because I don't think they've got any say, or B, Aaron Rodgers saying, well, here's the production schedule if I'm the host. No, he's courting them right now. And he wouldn't be on our show making this case, and he wouldn't be doing media with The Ringer and with anyone else if he didn't really want this. I don't think it's a slam dunk that the job is his, and I also don't know if they're going to change the production schedule around Aaron Rodgers' football playing career.
Well, I don't know. When they see those ratings, maybe they do, because he does reach a different demographic, right? A different fan base. He makes them younger. Like
I watched it again last
Jeopardy.
night. I watched it again last night.
I was gone to dinner, so I didn't get to
How
watch
was
it,
it?
but I wanted to.
Great.
It's very good.
But I wanted to watch it, and that's the thing about it, right? I did not get to watch it, and I felt some type of way about it. And I don't watch Jeopardy. But that's what Aaron Rodgers has done for Jeopardy. And so this is going to, this goes back to Green Bay, like you said. They don't have any power. They don't have any say. They should have went and got my man another receiver last year, like we kept saying. But by bringing Jordan Love into the building, they lit a fire. I told you guys a story about Aaron in college.
Tell it on
where
air.
he lit
Tell
us
it on
up.
air.
40. I can't even remember the score.
Virginia Tech played Cal.
Virginia Tech played Cal in a bowl game.
Okay.
It was an Insight.com bowl. That's why I left college early, because we played bowl games on baseball fields, and I didn't think that was very cool at all. But we played Aaron Rodgers and Cal, and I had never heard of Aaron Rodgers. Who is this kid? I don't know about football on the West Coast, right? And this dude lit us up. Didn't throw a ball my way the whole game. They punted every ball out of bounds. Wasn't about me. But when I just watched that game, and I saw a classic on an old game, and Aaron was Aaron. Mm-hmm. He was literally the same Aaron you see now, making every throw, just fearless, a competitor. And so if anybody can do it, it's Aaron Rodgers, man. I mean, he understands that offense. You talk about a guy who plays the game neck up, but has the athleticism and the ability to do everything that you want a running quarterback to really do, right?
And he says he loves the game still.
And he
He's
loves
not
the
going
game,
anywhere.
You know,
right.
I think it's those things that he hasn't accomplished in the football realm that keep bringing him back.
I ask you, Kyle, and I would love your opinion on this
What
as
do you
well.
got?
Do we have to get past this archaic idea that NFL quarterbacks need to have their entire worlds, their lives, revolving around football 365 days a year?
Yeah, especially this one.
Yeah.
Like the reputation is out for Rodgers. We've been doing this a long time. So I do think we need to. And the yelling at a cloud thing is you should be all about football all the time, I think that's archaic.
Yeah.
I also think it's interesting about, does he have this in the bag? I think that he is very confident in what he put on tape for these next 2 weeks. Like, I think that my impression is I think he believes he's going to be offered it based on his performance. I will just say this.
Yeah.
As a longtime Jeopardy viewer, it's not about the host. Like, Trebek was neutral at best. He was a gentleman. The coolest thing that Jeopardy has done in 20 years was James Holzhauer, the contestant. So they're not about the stunt casting, about we're going to do this for ratings. Like, this is old money, old television. We will do what we do, and we're not going to chase the ratings. And I think that works against them a little.
Can I give you guys one nugget?
Yeah.
I follow the trades.
What do you got?
This is in Rodgers' favor. Mehmet Oz, the Dr. Oz, was the host the weeks before him.
Yeah.
Lowest rated
Interesting.
Jeopardy weeks ever. So if Rodgers has this huge bump, I know we're talking like really in the weeds right now, but that certainly helps his case if all of a sudden Jeopardy's on everyone's tongue and we're talking about it on the NFL Network for 3 days.
And as far as they can handle more things, and we have guys doing laser tag shows or whatever that tag show was. I'm sorry, I did not get to see that.
No lasers, just tag.
Yeah, it was actually old-fashioned tag.
Really?
Tag, you're it?
You're it! For real.
Hey, what,
It wasn't even like I tagged you on Insta. It was like I physically touched you.
Was
like
it
in
celebrity
1985.
tag?
No celebrities.
It's like any of us. We all wear multiple hats. We do different things. You guys have family. As long as you can handle everything, as long as your performance doesn't go down, but when you can start noticing it, that's when it's going to be a huge story. So he can do both, but he has to understand what comes with that. It comes with that is when you throw 3 interceptions or another pick 6, and that's really rare, and you do it week 2, it's going to be like, well, he was focused on like how to pronounce every little province in France for Jeopardy. Like that's what's going to come with that. I don't think he cares, and that's why I like him.
I like him too. I think at the last second, Jeopardy's gonna be like, you know what, we're going with Alex Smith. He's gonna be our host. We changed our mind, and Aaron's just gonna be sitting there and be like, what?
Mike McCarthy in a photo.
Oh my gosh. Okay, much more Good Morning Football on the way. Joining us next, one of the most just wonderful people. One of the most wonderful people ever, Victor Cruz, a Super Bowl champion, salsaing his way onto our virtual breakfast table after this.
Bring on spring with calculators that can help you color, videos that get to the point and keep your projects on point, and a store that rings your doorbell anytime you need it. This is doing like never before. This is today's Home Depot. How doers get more done.
There he is.
Hey, sir.
Remember when you recommended that I go with the General for my auto insurance, so I moved your desk into this janitor's closet?
The mop smell is a constant reminder, sir.
I bet it is. Turns out you were right about the General. I just misjudged them based on their commercials. They're actually a quality insurance company that's been saving people money for nearly 60 years. So I'm giving you the Primo desk next to the vending machines. Oof. It's nuts in here.
For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, make the right call and go with the General. Today, over 40 million people are being forced into trafficking and slavery. 1 in 4 are children. We cannot allow them to suffer in silence. We need you. We need everybody. Go to ijm.org/take action, get information, understand how you can be involved. Because of the work that you are committing to do, they will be free.
Design isn't just for designers. It's for everyone. With Canva, designing anything is easy.
Canva has all my content creation needs covered. It's flexible, fun to use, and free.
There are thousands of professional templates to help get you started, so you can create, customize, and share your designs in just a few clicks.
Our whole team uses Canva to create professional marketing material. It's our secret weapon for design.
Start designing for free at canva.com.
Path to the draft.
He's head and shoulders above the other guys.
Our experts tell you everything you need to know leading up to the first pick.
I am so pumped up about this draft. They're all in the top tier range.
Path to the draft. Tonight at 6 on NFL Network.
Coach Terry here with NFL Play 60 on Code Noodle to help your kid get physically active for at least 60 minutes a day. That's why we got loads of activities to get them moving at home or in school. So check out GoNoodle.com/NFL Play 60 and get moving.
Drivers who fix their own cars just got a smarter tool to work with. The easy-to-use vehicle selector on CarParts.com. We put the exact part you need right at your fingertips. No guesswork, no hassle. Just enter the year, make, and model of your car. You'll save up to 50% and find the right part fast. Turning that smartphone into a parts store on demand where every part is guaranteed to fit. Get the right parts right now at CarParts.com.
You deserve more from your steak. You deserve the only steak that's guaranteed to be perfect. Every single time. At Omaha Steaks, we're delivering old school quality with a now school mentality. That means aging every steak for tenderness, carefully hand carving, and obsessing over every last detail, so you never second guess a single bite. Today, get 12 Omaha Steaks burgers with your order free. Claim your free burgers now at omahasteaks.com/TV. You deserve this.
That's what you live for. Super Bowl. That's what you go and watch.
Back to throw. Throws one left. Touchdown Giants. Victor Cruz on the slam. He just faked out ahead of Bo and left him standing totally flat-footed. And he does the salsa in the Patriots end zone.
Oh, the fingerprints. That footage was incredible. He looked like such a baby there. Our next very special guest, a Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowl wide receiver. He knows the Giants in and out. He is a Giant on and off of the field. So please help me welcoming to the virtual breakfast table this offseason. He's trying to be the leader on the squad as they get set for the season. What are your thoughts on the job that Daniel Jones has done under center in New York as a leader on the field and off?
Well, I think off the field, first and foremost, I think his teammates and everyone has bought in. I think when you ask his teammates about him, when you ask the receiving corps about him, when you ask the tight ends and different position groups, they all got his back. They all love him. He takes care of everyone. He understands what it is to be a quarterback of the New York Football Giants, and that's not an easy feat. And I think having those similar character traits as Eli in terms of his temperament, in terms of the way he treats his players and his teammates, I think that's going a long way for him off the field. On the field, there's been some ups and downs. Obviously, we've seen some highlights of his career, things that he's proud of, things that we can say, oh, wow, this guy has the talent to be what we expect him to be or why the Giants jumped up to get him. But I think, he still has yet to put that together holistically on the football field. But this year specifically, he's got some weapons to throw to. He's got some people surrounding him on the team, and I know we still have the draft coming up. So I look for the Giants to make a really strong push and be relevant and be, be a team that can compete. I think that's the word that I'm looking for is competing. And I think when Joe Judge is looking at this football team, he wants them to compete at a high level this year. And I think, spending some money in free agency was the start of that.
Nice. Victor, you got the Patterson raised hat on, which is Patterson, New Jersey. You got the New York Giants shirt on. You are New York and New Jersey. Like, you embody this region. The Jets hold the 2nd overall pick, and as you know, they're going to be taking a quarterback. And the guy everyone's talking about is Zach Wilson. He's going to be the next big name in this market, and your rise to fame was like a comet in this city. Here's this kid, 21 years old, from a town called Draper, Utah. Blonde hair, looks like he's just a completely fresh face. What would be your advice to a quarterback coming into this market as the number 2 overall pick and tackling New York City?
I think there's some media training is going to be in there. If the Jets understand what they're doing and how they want to groom him, so a little bit of media training is there. But I think just holistically, it's just about just be yourself, man. Don't try to be anything out of character. Don't try to be anything that you're not. Just be yourself. This is what got you here. This is what got you to this moment, to this position, to have this opportunity to play the game you love. So just be yourself. Think before you speak. Always understand that your words have deeper ramifications. So think, if your mother wouldn't want you to hear you say certain things, you probably shouldn't say it. So those are just a few things that I learned coming up. And I think he'll be fine. I think being a quarterback in this league, he looks like he's got a little bit of moxie. I didn't catch too many BYU games because they're a little past my bedtime. But I think he's got the moxie. He's got the temperament to be all the things that the Jets need him to be.
It's really well said, and this is very cool, Victor. The Giants and Univision New York recently announced an expansion of their partnership designed to reach Latino fans. One of these initiatives is a Spanish broadcast TV show called Sábados con los New York Giants, meaning Saturdays with the New York Giants, and you are one of the hosts. So felicidades, and tell us about the show and what it means to you to be part of it.
First and foremost, I'm so impressed by your Spanish that I'm literally taking it back. I'm thoroughly impressed. But yes, I have partnered with the Giants and Univision. I had to say Univision because my grandmother would kill me if I didn't say it that way. But yes, we partnered up together to have the first bilingual show between the Giants and Univision so that we can bring you the Giants news both on and off the field in just a fun way and bridging the gap between the Latino fans and everyone that enjoys the game, as well as American fans and people that don't speak Spanish. So it's a matter of bridging the gap and bringing those two worlds together. And I'm so excited to begin. My co-host Damaris Diaz is incredible, and she's going to teach me so much, and vice versa. So I'm excited for the people to hear this. I'm excited to, kind of understand where this is. And Schrager would love this. I think it all comes full circle. As Schrager knows, I used to watch Univision with my grandmother as a kid. Every Saturday, we watched a plethora of shows on the weekend. And now I'm going to be on Univision every single Saturday. And it's just, awesome. The world kind of comes full circle like that. And I know my grandmother would be proud.
That's so cool.
That's dope. That's dope. So, Vic, your journey began with you going undrafted. What advice do you have for players who are not selected in the draft this year, but they still got dreams of playing in the NFL, man? Oh, man, I think, it's hard work, it's dedication. I think the biggest thing, though, if there's one, phrase or quote I could leave you with as an undrafted free agent trying to make a team, is what my college coach told me coming out. He said, when you're on that practice field or when you're even in the film room, make sure you're making one wow play every day. Make sure you always know what you're doing, always know what's being asked of you, always be smart, get in your playbook, understand what's going on. But you got to make that one wow play every day to make them be like, okay, this guy, we need to have him on our team, or we need to take a second look at what we got going on because this guy's got some talent. So just take advantage of your opportunity. Every single thing, whether it's a walkthrough, they ask you a question in the film room, make sure you know what you're doing so that everything else can be easy, and then you can kind of put your best foot forward.
It's well said. Victor Cruz joining the show, waking up with Good Morning Football. We are counting down the days to the draft, 3 weeks away. It's in Cleveland, and there is one wide receiver that everyone is talking about, but not everyone is sold on, which is crazy because the dude won a Heisman. Devontae Smith. A lot of critics are suggesting that he's too small to be successful at the NFL level. How much of a factor do you truly, honestly believe size plays into the success of NFL wideouts?
Well, it doesn't. I mean, it does in certain aspects, right? Obviously, it depends on what you're asking him to do. Are you asking him to line up as a slot receiver and block outside linebackers and be within the trenches? And probably not. You want him to be outside and using that athleticism and using that separation speed to go out there and run his routes and be exactly what you saw him be, at Alabama. So it's something
to be said about what you're asking him to do, and D'Angelo knows this, you got to catch him first. You know, you could tackle, you could say all of that about taking hits and all of that, but you got to be able to catch him first. And that route we saw right there, he didn't get touched until about 15, 20 yards down the field. So it just, you know, yes, it matters, but does it matter in the grand scheme of things? Probably not. I mean, you got guys like Deshaun Jackson that have played a lengthy career, and he wasn't the biggest guy. It's all about what you're asking him to do and what, you know, what team he goes to and how he fits within that scheme.
You think the Giants could use a Devontae Smith pick?
I mean, yes. I don't even have like a witty comeback or anything. Yes, we can. Yeah, Jalen Waddle, we'll take him too. Whatever works. Whatever works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look, since your retirement, you've obviously gone from studying the playbook, but now you're studying textbooks. Like many of us, you've had to transition from being whatever you were to now at-home teacher during the quarantine. You got a beautiful daughter, Kennedy. How have these last 14 months been for Victor Cruz, the father, and what have you really learned about being a dad?
I learned a lot. One of the biggest things was patience. I think that was the overarching word of this entire quarantine process is patience. Mainly because it's an adjustment period for both you and your child, Kennedy and myself. Like just trying to understand each other and get to a routine. I think that was the hardest part, was building that morning routine, even though you're technically home, right? That was the hardest part, was getting her out of bed. Because she's like, I can just roll over and turn my laptop on. But I'm just like, no, you have to get up, put something in your stomach, drink something, kind of wake your body up. Like, that's what this is all about. So that was the struggle. And in terms of getting her schoolwork done, that was never really an issue. She's always been a great student, but it's the focus. She's in the middle of the class. I come in and she's playing Roblox and I got to yell and raise my voice. It's just not the best. It's not the best thing, but we've rounded it out. She's in a good place now.
Wow, it sounds like you've really been working, Victor Cruz. We love that you have this new gig, that you made some time to stop by with us this morning. You're so big. You should take a nice long vacation. Rest up a little bit, teacher.
Yeah, I think I deserve that. I think I'm going on one tomorrow, but I'm not going to disclose where I'm going because Kay Adams may show up on a paddleboard trying to, disrupt my vacation.
Bye, Victor Cruz. Great to see you as always. We will talk to you soon down the line. And good luck with everything. I love that. All right, we got Quinn Miners on the show.
Guys.
Titus O'Neil. Bye. And also GMFB. I didn't misspeak. It is GMFB up ahead.
Our homage to those guys. When last we left our heroes, it was Peter, D'Angelo, and then Kay.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Men everywhere are now cutting their hair at home. Are you? Introducing MicroTouch Titanium Trim, the all-new at-home hair cutting tool and precision groomer. Just a trim or a full haircut. Now, cutting hair is as easy as combing hair.
It's the only way to cut your hair by yourself. I don't know how people can do it with clippers. It's impossible. With this, it's way easier.
I did this at home. If you can comb it, you can cut it. Simple.
Titanium Trim reinvents everything with a revolutionary design that positions the blades on the side just like a comb, making it easy to cut your own hair with confidence. Now, if you can comb it, you can cut it. Snap on a comb to dial in the perfect length for your style, long, medium, or short, and just comb and cut for pro-level results at home.
I just pop on that comb and I get a perfect trim every time. I literally can't make a mistake. I can give myself a professional at-home haircut how I like it.
Sometimes I just need a little bit off, and that's what's great about this product. You have these guards, and you just take a little bit off. Okay, I'm good.
Now, if you can comb it, you can cut it. Snap off the comb and edge sideburns and beards, or clear your neck and shoulders with zero irritation. And look, Titanium Trim extends a full 40 millimeters for those hard-to-reach areas. Nothing else comes close.
I thought it was really cool that it can extend. It really helps.
That extra little extension made it so easy. I would never use any other clippers. This is the one to use.
Micro-polished stainless steel blades bonded with titanium, precision-engineered comb attachments, built-in extension handle with a non-slip grip and LED spotlight. Just comb it and cut it with MicroTouch Titanium Trim. Order online now at titaniumtrim.com or call 1-800-436-8333.
Nobody can get to their barber as much as they'd like anymore, but now you don't have to.
If you don't have it, you better get it.
the revolutionary, all-new Micro-Touch titanium trim.
Sam, welcome to the back of your mind. This is where we learn how to eat with Noom. Cool.
The commissioner's coming up with the pick right here.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray.
Trevor Lawrence, everything to look for in a franchise quarterback.
Justin Fields has phenomenal skill, the arm strength, the athleticism.
This kid, Zach Wilson, the buzz is out of control. His highlight reel is incredible.
There he is, the Heisman Trophy winner.
One of the greatest receivers ever to play in college.
You guys ready to get started? With the first pick.
Welcome back to JMFB, our homage to the classic game show we've been watching each night in prime time with the NFL MVP hosting it, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. We had a heated first round earlier in the show in which Peter Schrager did a little bit of flexing, and D'Angelo and Kay Adams, who is going by David to the Goliath at the table, are playing catch up. When we left, we had our category Head of the Pack. And D'Angelo Hall, it is your board with the 3-point question. Let's pick it up right away, 19 to 8 to 6. Here you go, D'Angelo. Peter and Kay can steal if he doesn't get it. The original Packers uniforms did not have green, but were actually this color and gold, similar to what Curly Lambeau wore at Notre Dame.
Can I say navy blue?
You can. Would you like to?
Dark blue. It was a dark blue. I had the jersey.
I'm taking the navy blue. That is correct, D'Angelo Hall. That is 3 points for
Sterling
you.
Sharp, what'd you have?
No, I had a Candio jersey.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Is that true?
Right? I think a Mitchell Ness throwback.
Ah, that
name
was
sound right, Peter?
Yes.
Candio? No.
Candio.
Are you thinking of Manti Te'o at Notre Dame?
No, not
Ha! You don't know everything, Peter.
All right, D'Angelo, the board is
name
still
don't sound-
yours. D'Angelo, let's talk of Mitchell and Ness and more of these guys. D'Angelo, this golden boy, Hall of Famer, led the NFL in scoring 3 straight years and set a league record with 176 points in just a 12-game season.
Who is Bart Starr?
Bart Starr is a great guess, but an incorrect guess. We have the golden boy, led the NFL in scoring into 12. Kay Adams, was that you or was that Peter Schrager?
You wish.
I can't just not answer it. I love this guy. Paul Horning's got
Paul Horning is absolutely correct, and I hate to break it to you, but Schrager just took re-control of the board. Can you cash in with another 5-point question, Peter, or will there be a chance to steal? These are the hardest questions we have. Peter, the now famous Lambeau Leap made its debut when he jumped into the stands after returning a fumble for a touchdown in the year 1993.
I'm going to go with Florida State legend Terrell Buckley.
T-Buck is a great answer, but wrong. Guys, we have an opportunity here to steal. He invented the Lambeau Leap in 93. Kay Adams buzzing in.
Can I see the clue?
Yes.
Returning, is it Reggie White? No.
It is not Reggie White, but that's a great guess as well.
It's
D'Angelo?
Leroy Butler.
That's right. That is absolutely correct. D'Angelo.
Okay.
Out of clouds. That is a 5-point answer. Peter goes T-Buck, Reggie White, both great guesses, but D'Angelo,
Do I
Leroy
lose
Butler.
points for a wrong
You do
guess?
not lose points.
Okay.
No, we do not take away here in JMF. We only give. And speaking of giving, Kay, we will now go to our next category where you will start.
Okay, let's do it.
Here we go. We have 23 to 16 to 6. McKay Adams, the ball is in your court. Your category.
The Packers screwing me as usual. You know what I'm talking about?
It could be, Kay.
My entire life as a Bears fan. It's very meta.
Yes, the Magic Man just threw another touchdown at Soldier
basically.
Field. But Kay, 2021 NFL Draft is your category.
Okay,
to
let's
start
go.
with, okay, all will focus on players. We'll be hearing their names called at this year's draft in Cleveland. Here we go. Kay Adams. Despite being the top tight end prospect in this draft, he originally played quarterback and linebacker.
I'm going to go ahead and say Kyle Pitts, 2 T's, both of the 2 T's.
Ding, ding,
and
ding.
he will go 4th to the Atlanta Falcons.
A bonus piece of content from David over there. He is moving to the ATL where D. Hall played for so many years. Kay, let's see if we can get hot right now, okay?
Ew, David.
His father is a former Mr. Universe and has siblings named Equanimous and Osiris.
I have no idea.
I think you do, Kay.
Equanimous. Do I really?
Yes, I think you do.
2021 draft. Who? I don't. Go.
Cheetah first. Buzz in.
Could it be, I don't know the kid name, St. Brown from USC?
You know, we accept last names here on JMFB. It is Amon-Ra, St. Brown. We've talked about this. Father is Mr. Universe. Obviously, Equanimous is on the Packers. A little tie into our Jeopardy
Of course,
thing.
got it.
And Osiris the St. Brown
Like
Peter.
at Stanford, Osiris.
Osiris will be coming down the pipe, and then we have Amon Ra of USC. Equinemius currently in Lambeau. So, D'Angelo, you take the board back. Here we go. 2021 NFL Draft, your category. D'Angelo could run down Peter here. D'Angelo, he wore number 16 while at Clemson because it's the same number Peyton Manning wore while at Tennessee.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence is absolutely correct. You got that.
Right
Oh, you got Leroy Butler. Do you want to keep this thing going?
Yeah,
let's go. Let's get hot.
do it.
How many times did you pick off Cutler in that game? 7?
4.
4 picks in one game. Let's see if we can get 4 in a row. D'Angelo, this Alabama prospect's first and middle name, is Michael McCorkle. Their first and middle name is Michael McCorkle.
It is my man, Mac Jones.
D'Angelo! It is
Mac
Michael
Jones.
McCorkle Jones. D'Angelo, what's your middle name?
Eugene.
Oh, Eugene. Same as Nate Burleson.
Interesting.
Who knew?
I didn't know that.
And my father.
And he
All
talks
right.
about Mitchell and Ness. It's like they're the same person.
It's almost like they're the same thing. Except D'Angelo's awake. It's great. All right, here we go. Stay hot, D'Angelo. Oklahoma State prospect Chuba Hubbard was nicknamed by Coach Mike Gundy after this iconic racehorse.
Chuba Hubbard.
Don't watch horse racing.
Okay.
Which
but
horse?
Iconic racehorse.
Seabiscuit. I don't know.
It's a great guess again, D'Angelo. I wish I could give it to you, but that is not correct. Would Peter or Kay like to steal iconic racehorse? Mr. Hubbard?
Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed is a great question.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay, if I can take the points and hand them to you, I would. Wilbur.
I appreciate it.
Mr. Ed's a good guess. Mr. Ed's a good
Remember
guess.
that one where Mr. Ed was in the Kentucky
I'm just
Derby?
glad that's a horse. I'm just glad I at least got that.
That is. Peter.
Thunder Gulch.
It is not Thunder Gulch. It is, of course, Secretariat. Secretariat.
There's Chuba Hubbard. What is Secretariat the nickname?
That's what Coach Gundy thought he was. He thought he was. He's just used the Secretariat as an athlete. Peter really pulled for
7
Thunder
points.
Gulch. 8 bells, RIP. Now, final category
No.
for the JMFB round.
Okay.
Guess what? Kay Adams.
Let's
this board is
go!
to you. Now listen. This is a challenging category. It is before and after.
Great.
Please
Bring
pay
it on.
attention. These questions will feature 2 answers that share a word in the middle. For example, a Bob Marley hit and the Bears Stadium would be Buffalo Soldier Field.
Nice.
So listen closely. You combine the 2 answers. I think this will make sense. Okay, to you. Hall of Fame Colts wide receiver, an actor who played iconic roles such as Han Solo and Indiana Jones.
Harrison.
Okay. Can you say say the first name of Harrison on the Colts?
Marvin Harrison Ford.
Yes, that's it. We got it. Okay, you cracked it. Marvin Harrison Ford is the answer.
Yeah.
Adams, back to you.
Okay.
This one might be rough. Director of movies like Silver Linings Playbook and a quarterback whose nickname is Mr. Unlimited.
Wilson Russell, who's a director of Russell. I have no idea.
You're halfway home.
I know Russell Wilson, who's a director that did Silver Linings Playbook. I don't. It's not my vibe.
Okay. Anybody want to buzz in?
Russell Wilson Cooper?
Russell Wilson Cooper is incorrect. Bradley Cooper starred in the Playbook. He did not direct it. Peter?
I got to get the middle initial right.
Yes, you do.
Is it David R. Russell Wilson or David O. Russell Wilson?
Peter, I'm going to have to take your first answer, which was wrong. It is David O. Russell Wilson. It is not David R. David O. Russell Wilson. Now, here we go. This then goes back to Kay because neither of them got it right. Kay.
Yes.
2007 hit from Rihanna album Good Girl Gone Bad and legendary
Will
game-winning Titans play from 1999 AFC wildcard game.
Please don't stop the music, City Miracle.
Yes, that's right.
That's exactly
Oh
right.
my gosh. Okay, I'm supposed to say all composed and dignified. I'm screaming. That is so good.
This
All right.
is so embarrassing.
Adams with 11 now. Kay, it is still your board.
Okay, let's go.
2020 leader in interceptions, an eccentric billionaire whose life was the focus of the movie The Aviator.
No idea. I don't. Yeah, no idea.
D'Angelo's in.
Xavier Howard Hughes.
Absolutely correct.
I'm over here still trying to run through both answers.
That is the most correct answer I've ever heard. Xavier Howard Hughes. And D'Angelo.
Xavier gets no respect.
It's your board. That's also true. Here we go. If you get this, this is the 5-pointer. You already have a lead on Peter. You're going to open up a bigger lead. D'Angelo. Johnny Cash biopic and the spot on a football field which team cannot cross until the ball is snapped.
Walk the line of scrimmage.
Oh my gosh! We got a national treasure.
You're amazing.
He's on D'Angelo Hall.
Are you blacked out right now? What is
Way
happening?
on, Peter. The bad news, Rodgers is done. Get D'Angelo Hall to Jeopardy and have him host. You are so on fire. Let's take a look at the shocking scores. Just shocking. Hey, despite getting
Not
that
that
incredible
shocking.
Rihanna before and after is at 11, but as we go to final, D'Angelo Hall is at an 11-point lead on frontrunner Peter Schrager. Peter, how are you feeling about what you just witnessed?
I'm trying to think of who David R. Russell is.
I don't know. I think it's my realtor.
I think he made the show The Practice with Mannheim, but we're going to get onto that in another category.
Adams, can you handicap final between these two? Who do you like? Can Peter pull out a miracle and catch D'Angelo?
Yeah, Shrakes
Is it one question or is it like a speed round?
It'll be in a true final, one question, write it down, and wager.
D'Angelo, I love you, but I've seen this. I've seen this game and this story. I've seen this movie one too many times.
I got Terrell Buckley wrong. This guy, this.
You've been saved by the bell. D'Angelo is so hot right now. We're gonna try to cool him
Shrakes
down.
at
Here's
this
the deal.
table has been like my dad, where he's like, "Do you know the do you?"
No.
He knows all the answers.
Well, if he
He's
knows
playing
them all,
us.
then he better get the final
better.
question. Here's the deal. At the end of the show, the very last segment of this show, which you should keep watching, we will determine our winner with a final JMFB question. The category will be... What is the category today? The Super Bowl. Yeah. Wide open. This is going to be right in the wheelhouse for everyone. It's the last segment of the show today. Do not miss it. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with JMFB.
Kyle, great job. I can't even imagine the work that went into this segment. Unreal. We'll be back on Good Morning Football. We've got a WWE star joining the show. What is it, your birthday today, Kyle? What a day.
Titus is joining.
My goodness, Titus.
Since 2005, Rich Eisen has run the 40 to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Now, Rich invites you to run a 40 any way you choose. A 40-yard dash, 40 blocks, or even running 40 errands for a neighbor in need. Visit NFL.com/network/RunRichRun to donate. Upload a video of your 40 using these hashtags, and you might be featured on NFL Network. Then tune in to the 2021 NFL Draft on NFL Network to see Rich run.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
We made USAA insurance for members like Kate, a former Army medic made of the flexibility to handle whatever Monday has in store and tackle 4 things at once. So when her car got hit, she didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made the way Kate needs it. Easy. She can even pick her payment plan, so it's easy on her budget and her life. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Alan. Yes. David Baker from the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Oh my gosh. The class of 2021 could be the greatest ever. Go online now to get your Hall of Fame exclusive enshrinement gear. Shop exclusive class of 2021 gear at ProFootballHof.com.
Shop exclusive class 21 gear, baby.
Introducing the new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed. It's the most comfortable, body sensing, automatically responding, energy building, dually adjustable, dad powering, wellness boosting, foot warming, snore relieving, temperature balancing, recovery assisting, effortlessly life-changing, proven quality night's sleep we've ever made. And now, the new Queen Sleep Number 360 C4 Smart Bed is only $14.99, plus 0% interest for 24 months on all smart beds, only for a limited time.
Tonight on NFL Total Access, 5 straight division titles, back-to-back Super Bowls, and 1 ring. And yet, all you really have is one question. What now? It's time to reset the rosters in the AFC West. Tonight, 7 Eastern.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Joining us now, he is one of the biggest names in professional wrestling. He is a former college and arena football player turned badass wrestler. He has been a tag team champion, a 24/7 champion, and he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. Check this out. This weekend, he is hosting WrestleMania alongside Hulk Hogan. Wow. Let's give a big good morning football welcome to Mr. Titus O'Neil. What's up, Titus?
What's up, guys? How are you?
We are so excited to see you. It's been a while. I know you have a lot going on, and we have so many things we want to talk to you about. Storied career in wrestling already, of course. But what we love is you started out playing our game, football. You were a member of the old ball coach Steve Spurrier's Florida Gators team from 97 to 2000 and played along future NFL players Fred Taylor, the Freak Javon Curse, Travis Taylor. What was your experience like playing college football for the Gators?
It was amazing. I tell people all the time it's one of those situations where unless you get a chance to go into the swamp as a Gator. Obviously we always used to say only Gators get out alive, and as you see there, Peyton Manning never got out alive. Even in Tennessee, he never got out alive. But to be able to play for Coach Spurrier, one of the winningest coaches in all of football, and probably one of the most funniest coaches ever too. He always wanted to take his shots at his opponents. That was his way of kind of getting in the psyche of their head and making their team really want to beat us, and made us really excited about the fact that when we did beat people, it was because Coach Spurrier said we were going to beat them.
Coach Spurrier, a legend, of course. You're a legend as well, and we've had so many NFL players try their hand at wrestling. Chris Spielman, Lawrence Taylor, Mongo McMichael, Gronk. Who's the current NFL player that you think would be a really intriguing star in the wrestling ring?
Oh, man. I would probably say George Kittle. He's a huge fan. And, his energy and his love for not only football, but also for WWE, I think would transition very well into the sport. And he's an entertainer by nature. Funny guy. I've had an opportunity to be around him several times. He's been to a couple of shows as well backstage. And, I would definitely say George Kittle would definitely have a future in WWE.
Titus, George is going to wake up somewhere on the West Coast, hear that you said that, and will jump up and down on his bed like an actual 5-year-old to hear you say that.
He will definitely be a big kid. He probably will run this back and put it on his Instagram story and everything else, just to let everybody know that he is.
Hi, George Kittle's Instagram.
Yeah. Hey, George Kittle.
And Claire Kittle, who I happen to love more than George. I said, okay, you grew up in Florida. Let's talk about this. You call Tampa Bay home. What a year for Tampa sports fans. The Lightning, they won the Stanley Cup. The Rays won the ALCS. And, of course, the Bucks are Super Bowl champions. What was that like, the entire season? Bit of a rough, shaky start. Then it worked out at the end. What was it like as a Bucks fan?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, it definitely was a rough, shaky start. But I think it was a rough, shaky start for a lot of teams, just because the lack of time to get their time in and stuff together in training camp. It was the OTAs were not in effect because of COVID-19, and so it takes a while for people to gel. I think a lot of times people, which rightfully so, they give Tom Brady a lot of credit. He brought a lot of energy to the city. It's unfortunate that him and Gronk didn't get a chance to play in front of a crowd here, their first year here. But our defense has been lights out, and our defense, led by Levante David, Devin White, and Sue, and Pierre-Paul, all those guys really kind of stepped up towards the end of the season, or middle of the season, actually. And then the offense started to click. We started running the ball well. Offensive line did an amazing job of holding fort for Tom Brady to make throws that he made in the second half of the season, and that definitely propelled us into being what we are today, which are the Super Bowl champions of the world.
That you are, sir. So Titus, WrestleMania 37 is this weekend, and not only is it at the Bucs Stadium, but you'll be serving host alongside Hulk Hogan himself. What does it mean to be hosting with such an iconic legend, man, as the Hulk?
Well, yeah, I mean, many people know that Hulk Hogan is one of the people that put WrestleMania on the map. And for me to have this opportunity, both of us live in Tampa. He's born and raised here. I've been here for years now. And so we both proudly call Tampa Bay home. And again, it's one of these moments that are very full circle for me, obviously starting with being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as the Warrior Award winner, and now getting a chance to host the biggest show that we have every single year, which is WrestleMania, alongside Hulk Hogan, one of the most iconic figures in our industry. It is a great treat. People are in for a hell of a show. And I'm looking forward to seeing, what's in store.
It's the Super Bowl of wrestling in the same stadium as the actual Super Bowl. It's incredible. Titus, let's get back to Gators Vols. What would you say is the pro wrestling equivalent of what the Gators used to do to Peyton Manning back in the day? Because I'm thinking it's The Undertaker throwing Mick Foley off the top of the cage. Is that accurate?
Yeah, or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson introducing the world to the catchphrase of SmackDown. Is exactly what we did pretty much every single year that we played them. And, I remember Peyton Manning winning the Super Bowl, and I congratulated him, but also reminded him that he never beat the Gators.
That's what they do. It's what they do. And as Coach Spurrier said, every year that Tennessee would go to the Citrus Bowl, you can't spell citrus without UT. It's just a fact. You can't do it. You can't. Yeah. Titus, we are big wrestling fans, of course, on this show. We also love a wrestling promo. Now, we are months away from the 2021 season, but we know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be on a mission to repeat. Would you indulge us and indulge the fans by giving a promo for Bucs fans as they get ready for next season?
Ladies and gentlemen, I know everyone is excited about the fact that we're getting back to some normalcy. COVID-19 definitely took a toll on everyone in 2020, but it did not take a toll on the #1 team in the land, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And now that we are being fully vaccinated, hopefully by the beginning of the 2021 season. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduced to you prior to the season even happening, your 2021 Super Bowl champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, first team in history to go back and back. First team in history to win the Super Bowl at home, in their home stadium, then go back to the Super Bowl and win it in another stadium. Hell, who knows? We may win the next 4 or 5. As long as Tom Brady is at the helm, we will be Super Bowl champions. And as long as we have that defense led by Devin White.
Yes. My man. Clash of the Titus. Watch him on WrestleMania this weekend at Raymond James Stadium with Hulk Hogan. Titus, you are so awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, man.
Congrats on the Warrior Award, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Titus O'Neil. Guys, listen, we got NFL headlines just ahead. Sam Darnold in Carolina. Kyle, will it be a smackdown between Darnold and Bridgewater?
What a great question, Kay.
Yeah.
They may have to dish out a people's elbow.
Yeah, not so fast. Apparently, he can seek a trade. What's going on in Carolina? We'll let you know next.
Brett Favre, legendary quarterback. Jerry Rice, legendary wide receiver.
You ready for your weekly meeting?
Yeah, we're ready.
Let's do this. Let's stack the deck.
When legends play, they wear Copperfit Advanced Back Pro. Copperfit's best-selling compression back support just got better with new double